All the believers have disappeared. They're hiding in their caves. You won't believe what's happened to Dave, 'cause he can't sell his app, and Flatzoid has to cry wank. Oh, it's sad, but it's true. Mark Sargent's still living with his mom, even though he's 73 years old. And Vicar sees himself as Neo from the Matrix, but everyone else just sees him as a cunt. And Vlad is still 2'1", and Nathan Oakley selling microphones, and angels of shite, they're still willing to lick everyone's ass.
And now, from the mean streets of Essex, England, this is Whatcast.
Hello, welcome. This is Matt, and this is Whatcast. So, just to be clear right off the bat, let me say hello to everybody first before we do any of this bollocks. Wow, Panties, hello, mate. Cygnus, hello. Jeebus. I've still got Jeebus's thing on here, I think. Where the fuck is it?
It doesn't have lips!
There he is. Big Fish. We got Just Thinking, hello. Edison, hello. Dan Reeves, how we doing? Skip Down the Road, hello. Megan, hello. George, hello. JD, how we doing? Country Boy. Colliston, Cleavage K, My Mum Bakes Cakes, Boston Concerts. I think that's all. Have I not missed anyone, have I? Nope, that's all. So just to be clear before we move on then here, so I've got a maximum of like 2 hours tonight because, hello Fuzzy, I've got a maximum of 2 hours tonight because I have been burning the candle at both ends and I'm absolutely fucked. So I have to get to bed at a decent time to get up at a ridiculous time. So I've already started the super chat goal for the flurf hunting. As soon as we hit it, I will switch to flurf hunting, right? I've got stuff here to look at which is just as funny. If we don't hit it, the stream is an hour and a half and no flurf hunting. If we do hit it, the stream is 2 hours and we go flurf hunting as soon as we hit it, right? So if we hit it immediately, I'll go immediately. So before we do any of this bollocks, let's go to this one, right? Oh, Mr. Frog. Hello, mate. Usually listen to you on Spotify. Yeah, I know. I've got to start doing more podcasts. I know I have. There just isn't time in my life at the moment to be doing this stuff. But appreciate the support. So let's. Oh my goodness, we're getting a super chat right off the bat here from old JD. What is it with the initials JD? And their generosity. So what cast into the TikTok sea, luring in the flat earthers with the promise of ego inflation, hooking them, playing them, reeling them in and landing them first upon a laugh. Well, I've already been challenged again by Troy, right? If you remember him, the one that cannot stop talking, and he was on Blitz as well. He's a bellend. He sent me a message and then deleted it, so I've never got to see what it said. But he's been chasing me around. Yeah, I got some evidence. All right, Troy. So hopefully we'll get there and we'll see. Thank you very much, JD. So while we're waiting then, let's get straight in with this. This is something I recorded earlier. This is gas pressure. Hence the people. I've seen people asking who they are on the who they are. Kick this bird. Who they are on the thumbnail that I've done. Right. So they are Tron. Sponge Tron SquarePants and Angels of Shite. Obviously you can see he's here in this, in this conversation, and this is Gas Pressure's live. So that's Gas Pressure Spurs Chemo there, right? They, once again, rockets don't work in space. This guy here. So I want you to notice this. So I've got 3 different recordings here because I was like in and out of this chat as I got interested and uninterested, as you do. There's a guy called Backpack somebody, and he's trying to pin Angels down on something, and Angels starts demanding, like he always does, starts demanding that that Spurs or Gas Pressure, whatever you want to call him, starts doing what Angels tells him to do in Gas Pressure's own live. So let's have a point and laugh at this for a bit. Oh, before we do, my mum bakes cakes for the two Aussie dollars. Kick the Spurs in. The chemo of Spurs. Let's roll it. Oh my word, let's quickly do this because we're trying to rattle through this. People want a bit of flirt hunting, I'm sure. Here's $5 American for wag juice.
5 times!
$5 American. Let's go.
Is it?
Okay, so if you haven't been to Iran, then Iran doesn't exist. You haven't verified.
That's a straw man. I never said that. That's called a straw man.
Yeah, and so your argument, though, is saying that I can't verify this using someone else's
How would you
data.
verify it? How would you verify it?
Well, again, you haven't verified that Iran exists, so all of the news about anything that's going on is wrong.
Backpack.
Because you can't prove
what this
it.
is a straw man. So verify how high
so don't
this
apply
goes.
your straw man to me.
I'm not straw manning
I'm
you.
telling
You're
you
claiming-
exactly what you're doing.
You're claiming a
You
height.
just
aren't you,
said,
mate?
I can't prove this myself. I have not measured it myself.
Well, how high is it? How high do
You've
they
not
say
been
it
to
is?
Iran yourself. So Iran, by that logic, doesn't exist or
How
is
high
not
do they say
verified.
it is? How high is
Yeah,
it?
but then
Backpack?
we can't answer questions about your image, can we? You're asking us
We
questions.
can answer questions. I just told you we can look it up.
Information, then. Give
I
us
think
the
this guy needs to
information.
be kicked, Backpack. Like at this point, he's just not
Angel,
even
you've already
engaging,
blocked me, so that's one of the reasons I
Of
really don't
cour-
want to
of
have any
course I've
conversation
already
with you.
blocked
You're
you,
already
dude.
a liar, and we've proven you as such.
Well, you've lied several times on this live already.
Of course I've blocked you. We see when Shite blocks someone, it's because they're no match for him. But when anyone blocks Shite, it's because they're scared of him, according to Shite. This is the double standards here as usual. But if you notice here, if you just read the comments as they go up on this, if you can see them, you talk about indoctrination, you talk about mindless. They all say this, all the flat earthers there, the fanboys of Shite and Spurs and all these other knobs, just all say the guest is crashing out, win Angels, guest is a loser, and all this. Oh, for fuck's sake. And the fake laughing emojis all over the place. There's just such pricks. In fact, such pricks to the point. Every flat earth prick in that chat.
You just made the list.
You just made the list. There's your t-shirt there. This one not for sale, but I do sell list t-shirts. Some of them in the logo up there, you just made the list, and some of them with me pointing, you just made the list. The link is somewhere, I don't know. I'll post it underneath if anyone's interested in this bollocks, all right?
No, we've not lied once.
just projected.
I have
You
brought up
projected.
here that this right here is a
You said that the
separation
horizon's
between
the
your
edge of the
flat
Earth.
Earth and space.
Backpack, did you say
So
that the
the only
horizon's
way
the edge
that
of the Earth
happens is
earlier?
if you see the edge.
Oh, see, he just called the horizon the edge of the Earth again. So that's not the
Again,
edge of the
so
Earth. Bud.
I can't point on Gas's. Where is Gas's image there? Well, like I
What's
see
the
his blue
height
hat.
of your
Is that the
rocket?
edge of the Earth, close to where he
What's
is,
the-
where that
what's the-
second black line is on the white
if
wall?
if you go high enough, right, you see an equidistant.
Sir,
Right, just to be clear as well, to point out what they're actually saying here. So I've had arguments with Gas Pressure himself, the guy hosting this, about this. So whenever I show him rockets from space, he tells me that the edge that I can see from the rockets from space is could be the edge of the Earth, not the horizon. So he says that that's the case. Here you've got Angels on Gas Pressure's live saying that that definitely isn't the case. There's for some reason a crisp horizon, but that's only because you can't see any further than that because your eyes stop working. So I wonder if you zoom into that horizon, would you see a horizon even further away, according by that logic? You wouldn't, would you? So the guy is making a very valid point here, Backpack, saying that if they've all agreed that that is the Earth from the sky, then if that's a flat Earth, then that has to be the edge, doesn't it? Angels obviously doesn't like this argument.
is that the edge of your flat Earth? Is that the
You're
edge
not
of the
seeing-
flat
you're
Earth
not
where
seeing that.
his
We're
hat
nowhere
is?
near Antarctica. We're nowhere near Antarctica. You would not see the edge of the Earth from the north, dude. Are you kidding me?
My argument
do you
remains
think-
that you
listen,
shouldn't
listen.
see an edge.
Exactly.
You shouldn't see a horizon?
No,
No.
it should continue on. You should not
What?
be able to see
Dude,
that.
Dude, what is the horizon? Define it.
Again, on an Earth where it's a globe,
No, what is the horizon? In
it is
reality,
as
what is
far
the
as you
horizon?
can see to the edge of the ball.
So if I'm on a flat road, is there a horizon on a flat road?
Yeah, on a globe, you would see it, but you should be able to. Your argument here is that this right here should.
Angels thinks he can bring up pictures of the street, a hallway, or roads, and that's relevant to this conversation.
Exist, right?
That's not what I said. That's a straw man. The horizon is just
flat.
as
Your
far as
flat
you can see.
Earth. Your flat Earth. If you're in the second position of the rocket that's on Gas's thing, and you're looking in any direction, your claim is that you won't see the edge.
You're not that high though. Gas's thing is out of scale. You're not that high. 100 miles.
Who cares?
If you look at the scale,
is that
on
right or
100
wrong? That if on Gas's,
If you go high,
I love the way he's bothered about scale all of a sudden. He's bothered about scale all of a sudden with Gas Pressure's silly little cartoon. They've still never seen a real picture of the flat Earth. Cartoons only. But with this cartoon here, he's saying that's not to scale, so he can't use that. Whilst using that ridiculous globe with a plane this big to prove his points.
further,
forget the scale. Is it right or wrong that from his observation?
Oh my God, Steve Wilson, I have to ask him that. Next time he says this doesn't exist, I'm going to ask him if he can see his toes or his cock.
His claim that the rocket is close to the edge of the dome or whatever you want to call it,
That's not what it's
that
for.
you
That's
would
not
be
for.
able to see.
Hold on. What it's for is to demonstrate what the rockets do. That's what the picture demonstrates.
That's
Not
fine,
what-
but
Yeah, we know what it demonstrates. They don't do that, but we know what it demonstrates. But he's using scale as an argument in his favour, like somehow that's not to scale, so therefore not relevant. Okay, let's use everything to scale then. Let's just use everything to scale from now on, shall we? If that's going to be a problem. Someone's sending him a finger heart here. So for the newcomers, Emily, we've got 53 people in there. Only 11 likes. Let's get the likes up fast rather than me asking towards the end. 56 people in here. For all the newcomers here, set a super chat target there. The super chat target, once it's reached, we will jump straight over to Flurf Hunting on TikTok. No matter when that is, 5 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever. And extend the live for 2 hours, but to 2 hours rather than 90 minutes. Obviously, the quicker we get there, if we get there, the longer we get Flurf Hunting. And if we don't get there, this is 90 minutes of taking the piss this way. Either way, I'm good. Let's just to make everyone aware.
you're showing it on a flat Earth, so you're claiming that it's flat to begin
Yeah,
with.
but if I've told you, if it was true to the scale, the rocket would be down here. And
Yes,
can't
but you would
see
still
it down
see
here.
an edge, right?
Bro, you wouldn't see an edge. There's no. How do
You
you? Why are
would,
you
because
saying
you
there's
couldn't
an
see that
edge?
far. It's flat.
Buddy, let me answer this one more time for you.
The suggestion
Bro.
here is that, one, we've got curve, right? So there's
The
the curve.
horizon, the horizon's the optical location where the sky meets the Earth's surface, and a
This
hallway
right here is
has
a
a horizon.
curve, and then
And then you zoom in and what happens, shot? Does it stay where it is in the camera or does it get a bit further away because it's flat? It ain't flat, is it? You'll just zoom in the horizon like I show every time I do a live when I'm showing the ships. You zoom in, the horizon doesn't suddenly get further down and doesn't move.
this is the separation. So
Right,
my
yeah,
problem
just
is,
like at the
one,
beach.
it's not flat.
So are you seeing the edge of the Earth at the beach? Back? Because it's the
I've
same
seen the
height.
horizon at the beach, but on a
All right,
flat
so is
Earth,
that the
you're
horizon there? Is that the
suggesting
edge
that
of
if
the
I
Earth?
zoomed in far enough with a powerful enough
No,
telescope,
that's not what we
that
said.
you should be able to see the edge.
I'll take that, Boston. Here's Boston Concerts here with it. I disliked the stream but sent the super chat. That's fine. I'll take that. I'll take a thumbs down as long as it comes with $5, £5 or 5 something, so we can get onto the Flurf fishing today. And also, like, if anyone in here has got a Talk of Tick account and you fancy coming in for a bit of Flurf fishing, there's one that probably will. Max is in the house. Feel free to. Obviously, I won't be able to have everyone up at the same time because the Flurfs won't come. You got to just have at least maybe 2 to start with to get a conversation. This is the trick, what people don't seem to grasp about. You probably fail miserably tonight if we get there, just to make me look like a dick. But you kind of have to have something that's simple for these dickheads, right? So you got to put Earth ain't flat in green writing. So when they're doom scrolling, these morons, they'll just come across that and it will catch their attention because it's bright. Also, you need to have a conversation going, telling everybody out what dickheads they are. So basically, you got to be me and Dan or me and Max sitting there going, fucking pricks, blah, blah, blah. That'll make them stop, make them annoyed, make them join. So we need this, right? And this is why we do this. Let's roll. Oh, I just done the Boston Concerts one, haven't I? Thanks, mate.
No, it's not what we
No,
said.
Sharon?
That's a straw.
Because
Man.
I see you guys yap on and on about your
backpack,
P9000s and all
backpack.
P1000s and whatever.
Gas pressure,
That
and
you
I
can
never
zoom
made
in.
that claim.
Because I've
No,
seen
that's
you
what
do
I-
it on
that's
your
what
little
I'm
lives
saying.
that you claim that you can
I didn't
zoom
lie.
a boat
Backpack
back
and lying.
into appearance.
He does.
He's
You
lying
just lied.
now.
If
We've
you
never
don't
claimed
just
that.
lie,
Yes,
You
you
have claimed that. You've made videos
No, I
of
have
it.
not. No, I have not claimed you.
You
can
have.
zoom in and see
There are
the
videos
cars
on your
at the edge of the earth.
page, sir.
Oh, wait. On my page, I said you can zoom in with a P1000 and see the edge of the earth. I said that, did I?
You
No,
said that you can
boats.
bring it back in, right? So
No,
in theory, you should always
Did I
be able to
did I,
bring in
don't
whatever
change
you
it
see.
now. Did I say on my page that I could zoom in with my P1000 and see the edge of the earth? Did I say that?
You claimed that something disappeared over the horizon, right?
So hang on. Earlier you said we claimed that we could see the edge of the earth by zooming in. So now you're lying and changing.
Well, you should be able to, shouldn't you, Shite? To be fair, with your model, because it would just blur off into the distance with enough zoom. If you could get a camera powerful enough, or well, you wouldn't use a telescope, so you need a camera. You guys don't believe in telescopes, so if you got a camera that and say you could see through the atmosphere, you should be able to see the ice wall from anywhere. If that was the case, you should be able to.
Your mind now because you know we didn't say that. You see, so you lied again. Now.
You're saying so.
When he accuses people of lying, Jesus, go look at his page. Fuck me.
Let me make sure I got this right. So you're saying
it's funny
that
how
you can
again,
zoom in
you've lied.
and bring
You're
a
the
boat
one that's
back over the
claiming
edge,
we're lying,
but you
you're the
can't
one
see
lying.
the edge if we
Wow,
had a
thank
powerful
you,
enough
Thank you,
telescope.
Tron.
Thank you.
No, we can obviously not.
Look at him with his hallway overlaid with the sea. Like somehow that's the same. Whilst sitting there calling other people liars.
There's, I tried to tell you this earlier. There's a thing called light attenuation and the inverse square law of light.
Sure it
Even
is.
if we had direct line of sight to something really
Again,
far away.
for
but if
anyone
the
who
light is-
actually has a
it's
brain
interrupted
here,
again.
this right here is the
Is the edge of the
separation
earth.
with a curve, mind
Oh,
you.
so
That's the best
the edge
part.
of the earth.
Yep, this is the edge of the earth.
Fake laughing. He always does that when he's absolutely cooked. The moobs start bouncing. They rocking in the chair. All that bollocks, right?
Earth here because we have pulled away
Definitely.
from it.
That's a good point, Country Boy. Should be able to see the ice wall from Chile, for sure.
So if we pulled away further, we would see more,
Yes,
and there would
please
be a
take this
bigger
down.
line,
Yeah,
and
I
it
know
wouldn't be
that's-
flat. That's what's even crazy.
He's been on
Oh.
long enough. He's been on long enough.
And he wonders why he's on my block listed.
That was just
Till chats. This is what we want. I didn't even know this was a colour until I started doing this. From Sharon J. Norris here. Cheers, Shazza, for the £5. You need friggin' till chats now. Love ya, kiss, kiss. Cheers, Sharon. Appreciate the support. Hopefully you're well now. And you sorted out your issues, etc.
well. I
That's
hope the people can
painful.
see. I hope the people can see for themselves that
Bro.
that was just absolutely.
Listen, let me address what he said.
He's
Right?
kicked
First,
him. He's kicked him. Angels told him to kick him, so he kicked him, and now Angels gets to call him a liar and have no kickback from it at all. Because this is how they fairly do things over there.
he says that that's the edge of the earth. The horizon is not the edge of the earth. It's the limitations of your vision. And then he claims that we could zoom in onto the edge of the earth. We have never claimed that. You can't see halfway across the earth. You can't see the end of a flat road. You wouldn't be able to zoom.
I'll tell you what you did claim.
I've always felt that I've been put on here for something great.
And you also claimed this.
I didn't know who Whitsit was, and he's like there. I'm looking at him. I'm like, he's destroying these guys, just cooking these. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to be that. I want to do that.
You should be thinking, diet. I want to do that, is what you should be thinking.
Halfway across the earth.
All I was pointing out is that the higher you go, you can see further. That doesn't mean you can see to the edge. You can just see further if you go higher. Very simple. All right, Lit Rav.
Oh, what's up, broski? I was trying to get on bro here. You let me on this bitch not too long
He's a flat earther.
ago, broski.
Oh, you just walk. I'll let you go, buddy. All right.
Well, this guy's got a serious picture. He must be a flat earther as well.
Unreal, man.
He's called Jesus. It's definitely going to be a flat earther.
That was crazy.
Dude, I don't know, man. This is when they have to incessantly call other people a liar, that you know that they...
Did you hear him? Did you hear Shite the whole way through calling him a liar? Now listen to what he says.
The one's lying, dude. And that's what we caught him to.
When you call someone a liar constantly, that means you're the liar. Does it, Shite? Does it?
He did that like several times. Strawman us and just straight up lied. That's crazy.
Jesus King. Hi.
Good morning, brother. How you doing? Hey, man, I was listening to the clown show. This guy would not let our man here explain anything because he knew he got caught and he was getting cooked.
I know.
That's why he diverted to a lower level of non-intelligence and just complete deception. And just literally try to run everybody into the ground with this.
Listen, Jesus, I tried to explain for 5 times at least, dude. It's very simple.
Yes, you did.
If we go higher up in altitude, no matter if it's a globe or flat, we're going to see an equidistant circle. Okay.
Absolutely.
So at a certain point,
the same.
Yeah. So light doesn't travel forever through a medium, and if we don't see the light from the edge of the Earth reaching our eye, we're not going to see it. Dude. It's and I couldn't even get that out. So if he disagrees with that, he's disagreeing with science.
Yeah, because you would never dream of disagreeing with science, would you, Shite? What do you think, Caleb? That's what I thought.
He was getting cooked, and he knew it. That's why he kept on interrupting and trying to come up with, deflective reasons, excuses, and even questions that don't add up. And then he was calling you a liar. He was calling Gas a liar. And it just showed that he was just starting to unravel everything. But the thing is that he doesn't admit that when that rocket, and I've seen the video several times, Gas has shown it with other guests, Gas has shown it when they bring it up, is those rockets literally, when they turn sideways, they put their brakes on as they're turning sideways, and you can see the flap come up. People they don't even recognize that because it's just because it's getting itself proportioned to come back to Earth. No, it's stopping itself from going into the dome.
What is he doing? Where is he? Fucking sitting there drilling or something, or bashing one out super fast.
It's literally turning sideways and they're curving it because the mechanism tells it, okay, we're high up enough, we don't need to go any further so we don't destroy each other. So let's open up the flaps and then we're going to turn sideways and then we're going to come straight down back to Earth.
Listen, also, right? Also, they think because they go higher, they could see the edge of the Earth, like the Antarctica from the North Pole, dude. That's it. So let me explain something.
No one said from the North Pole. What the fuck are you talking about?
We can see too far. Okay, we can't see forever.
Yeah,
we have footage from planes. We have footage from planes where we've seen thousands of miles, completely debunking the globe. But
is it debunking the globe, or is it just refraction and the things that have been explained to you 6 trillion times, or at the very least, a bigger globe?
Dude, draw a line 1,000 miles on that map that Gas has got there. It's a little tiny dot, dude. It's not big.
No,
you're not seeing halfway across the Earth.
No, you can't. I mean, they love to bring this up. Oh, there's the curve. If the rocket has a fisheye lens, and I need everybody out there to understand, if any rocket, even the Artemis, fisheye lens, oh yeah, there's a curve. But when they show the balloons, okay, and any other plane and video, and it shows a regular camera lens, it shows the flatness of the whole expansion.
See, they don't know who this bloke is, right? They don't know who he is, but they're just humouring him because they need to take a break from any opposition for a little while. This bloke's talking bollocks. They're both thinking, making us look bad. Fucking do one. They're thinking of excuses to get rid of him.
It's so simple. They try to make this old mathematical malarkey from the old days, bring it up to now, and say, well, this is how it was written, and so this is what you guys got to believe in. Yeah, you're smoking your underwear still because it's not useful anymore. We've already been woken up on this, and we already know. I'm 64, brother. I've gone across the United States thousands of times.
No, you haven't. I bet you've never left your town.
Okay, over the road. I've talked to engineers, from land, sea, air, and the ones who lay down the cables, for the cell phones, for the towers, and all of them have told me the same thing. We do not have satellites. They have satellites.
King, are you driving, Brett? Are you driving?
Oh, here's the excuse they need to get rid of him.
No, sir. No, I'm parked.
Okay. All right, but look, anyway, I'm gonna
no problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick restart anyway.
Restarting just to fuck him off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute or two.
Cheers on you, brother. You are doing an awesome job. I love you.
Cheers.
Every morning I look for you in the morning. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I love your show, man. I love your show, and I love your guests. They show all the proof.
All right, cool. We're back in a second.
Shows all the proof. So that was part 1. He then restarted and I rejoined. Angels of Shite didn't. But Spongetron Squarehead did eventually at some point, if I remember rightly. Let's see what went on here.
Swear, that's all I ask you, right?
All right. No, just answer the question. What's the matter with you?
Hold on. Do you believe rockets work in space?
Of course they do.
Okay, so what's the matter with me? You want to know, yeah? Well...
What's the matter with you? I don't know what's the matter with you.
You just asked me that question, no?
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm slightly annoyed that we've been lied to about the shape of the Earth, about
Nobody's
space.
lied to you. No, you're just dumb.
Can I finish?
No, because you're dumb.
All right, so what are we going to do?
All right. Well, you could admit that you're dumb and then start looking in the mirror and start addressing that problem.
Well, that's a possibility, but the only way to verify that...
Right, but
the only way to verify that...
Look in a mirror and see a dumb person. That's the first step.
If we can prove that rockets go into space, can we do that?
Right. Sure, absolutely. I'm in space right now. I'm on
Exactly, you see? It's in the imagination.
No, it's not in the imagination. You're in a separate space from me. I'm in my house. You're wherever you are. We're both in separate spaces.
Yeah, but you're not.
There's a rocket.
You're not in the vacuum of space.
You mean out? Oh, you're talking about orbital space. That's different. That's not what the question said. The question says rockets don't work in space. They work in all sorts of spaces. When I was a small child, I was able to fire off a rocket in my backyard.
Yeah, they work.
Tie on a leg.
Dome. Everything works.
There's no dome. No, you're dumb. There's no dome. You haven't proved a dome. You haven't proved that rockets don't work. You didn't put...
It hasn't proved anything. He is absolutely right. Tie on a leg here. Says for the $4.99. Did he say gas or guest? I don't speak Ebonics. I don't know what the fuck that means, honestly. But yeah, cheers. Cheers, Tay. Tay loves a bit of flurf hunting. Tay's always the biggest fan of flurf fishing on all the channels.
Apostrophe in between the N and the T and don't. You're dumb.
Yeah, I did miss out. We wouldn't let me.
Yeah, I know, but that's because you're dumb. Like, I'm trying to help you realize that you're dumb.
Okay.
And okay.
Well, I am looking for help.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to help you. Look in a mirror and repeat that you are dumb several times and stop doing what you're doing. That's the help I can offer.
That won't help.
It will. Acknowledging you have a problem being dumb is the first step. That's the first step.
But that's already been acknowledged. That's
right. But you're not a rocket scientist. You're not even working at somebody who could pass a kindergarten.
Maybe I got it wrong.
I know you've got it wrong because you're dumb.
Maybe I have.
Right. No, it's not maybe. It's you are definitely dumb. I'm 100% telling you.
You want me to believe you based on trust you.
Based on what?
Trust me, bro. Trust you.
No, it's not trust me, bro. I've seen rockets take off. This is not complicated. No, this is you just being dumb and being like, oh, well, the smart people are lying to me.
That's a pretty accurate description of what they will do. Ryan Cooper here with a $5. Cheers, mate. I heard Hasselblad laying into a flurf this morning who claimed to be an engineer but decided to question everything, including basic math. Yeah, the amount of pilots, engineers, photographers, they say whatever. They will just say whatever on TikTok. And that's why you have to bring the people that actually know to this, rather than sitting there arguing with them. I've been around on there enough that I know people that do all sorts of things on there now. So hopefully a lot of them are going to be in my lives, so I can just bring them up to refute this stuff in real time. If you can't do it yourself, it's unbelievable. I don't know, but Josh is. See, the thing with Josh is he knows all about cameras anyway. Hasselblad, he knows all about cameras, and also he must sit in these debates almost every day. So he's learnt all of the point counterpoint to everything. He's very handy to have around. But they absolutely hate him. Trouble is, he can't get debates no more because everyone's blocked him. Which is why I'm not saying I'm fucking smart, right? But I will actually try and dumb myself down a bit as well. To lure them in, see? I have no scientific background, which is true, but they fancy their chances with me, which is why I can always get my lives full. And then if all else fails, take the piss out of their moves. It's just as good, isn't it? Who cares?
So what you saw was the rocket go up.
Yep, that's right.
It turned because of the dome.
No rockets have turned because of the dome. That's dumb.
Every rocket
again. If the top of first off, this is such a stupid look. So if I fired a rocket straight up from the North Pole, then that's going to go straight up. But if I fired it from the South Pole, it's going to do some sort of weird curvature around some sort of.
If you fired it from here, you would hit the dome closer than you would.
No, you're stupid. I mean, come on. What's the matter with you? There is no dome. Just stop being dumb.
Have you seen the Go Fast rocket?
The what rocket? No, I don't know what you're talking about. And quite frankly, you're so dumb that it's not worth listening to you, so you don't need to repeat it.
All right, so that's an amateur rocket that hit the dome.
No amateur rockets have hit no amateur domes.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yes, they have.
No, they haven't. You're dumb. I'm telling you, you're dumb.
If you send a rocket straight up, you hit the dome.
There is no dome, you dumb person.
We live in an enclosed system. You can't have gas pressure without a container.
It's called an atmosphere. You're dumb.
Yeah,
just get some help.
Your atmosphere
You're dumb.
Is gas. The atmosphere is gas, and that
right.
gas is
That's
under
right.
pressure.
We've got heavier gases towards the gravity of Earth, and we've got other gases towards the sun. It's a really easy concept if you're not dumb. When I was a small child,
the way there's Angel's still chiming in there in the chat. The way that they all get so if someone comes in and talks is rude to them. I mean, I know this because I do it, but the chat acts so disgusted and offended. Oh, I can't believe you have to resort to all of that bollocks. Well, I don't say the word bollocks, but that's how I talk. But yeah, if you go into Angels or any of if you go into lives when they're all ganging up on the one guy, which is what they do a lot, right? The abuse, they call everyone a P word, everyone a fucking R word. And if you've got a picture at all of yourself, they'll annihilate it. This is why I don't feel bad for anything I say. Like some of the people in the Globe community on TikTok take offense to the way I speak to these people. There's no need to be personal. Yeah, there is. Who cares? They can be personal. I couldn't give a single fuck what they think of me. Right? They can just do it back if they can't take it. Doesn't bother me.
At Cheerios on my high chair, I was able to drop them and realize that gravity exists. You're not operating at the same level of a newborn. You're dumb. All right.
Well, look,
so get some help, dum dum. All right.
Well, I appreciate you coming up.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being dumb.
I mean, you did try.
There's nothing to try. You're just dumb.
Okay, I've already acknowledged that, but you're not.
I know. That's the first step. Now the second step is get off TikTok and stop being dumb.
No, I'm asking.
No, but you don't need to be dumb. Here's the thing. There's a difference between you not being very smart and there's a difference between you actively continuing to be dumb. Can you give me your words that since you thanked me that you're going to stop being dumb?
I'm asking people smarter than myself, like you.
Right. No, everybody's smarter than you. Anybody that understands that gravity exists is smarter than you. That's 99% of the population. Small children understand not to fall because of gravity. Everybody is smarter than you. Just stop being dumb. That's all I'm asking for you. Okay.
All right.
I don't want to see your live again because you're going to be dumb again because you're just not capable of grasping what gravity is.
We'll speak in the future at some point. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll call you dumb again. Bye, dumb dumb.
Bye for now.
Fuck you.
Whoa, language, Chris. What's wrong with you?
Fuck you on the way out.
Goodness sakes, you were doing so well as well. All right. Let's keep searching.
Shite has come back up. I didn't remember that he came back up. Maybe I just left my phone recording and forgot about it. He's quite forgettable, to be fair. Only Caleb.
Keep looking. There would have been no point, Angel, with that guy anyway, because he wasn't ready to listen to anything. So it wouldn't have made any difference.
He should have dropped immediately.
Hello?
He got flat smacked by us.
It's all right. I don't mind. Look, listen, one of the reasons...
We're four teal, is that how you say it? Super chats away from the goal, which means adding half an hour to the stream and going fluff hunting immediately.
I allow this because it shows the pandemonium that will ensue if everybody knew at the same time. So it's demonstrating the panic of being enclosed that people don't want to be. Hey, Rich, you okay?
Hello?
You all right?
Yup, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you believe rockets work in space?
No, I didn't before, but once I watched the Artemis 2 video, that confirmed it.
What, that it never or it did?
It literally never goes into space, and you could see it. Like,
Okay.
I don't understand how people deny this.
All right, well, look, if you do agree, I'm going to let you go for now, but we can talk in the future at some point, okay?
Oh, you want the opposition? All right. All right.
I'll drop you down, buddy.
Well, even if you didn't want opposition, what good were you? He's got the god sitting there like a Buddha at the bottom there, angels of shite. It doesn't need anyone else. It always needs a bodyguard of some description, but he's got angel. He doesn't need some irrelevant Richard or whatever the fuck your name was.
Yeah, it says down there, join if you disagree. All right, let's talk to immature blacktivist. Hey, how's it going?
Immature blacktivist.
It's going well.
Good to hear it. Tell us, do you believe rockets work in space?
Yes.
All right, what did you want to say?
What do you believe happens when a rocket goes to space?
Look at Tron in the comments. Troll alert, SpongeBob Tron pants.
Rockets don't go to space because we live.
So why do we have satellites?
We don't have satellites. You've never seen.
We don't currently have satellites. That's what you just said.
Unless,
not in space.
Yeah, I mean, unless you mean like satelloons.
No, like literal satellites that we have. Yeah, that's what you're saying doesn't exist at the moment.
Yeah, not in a space vacuum. We don't have that in a space vacuum.
Look
Satelloons.
Oh, you can't see it there. But
again, so satellites don't exist. That's what you're going with.
No, not in the space vacuum that you believe in. No.
Yeah, there's no such thing as.
What is this? So what is a space vacuum? That's what I'm saying. Like if we have current satellites in orbit right now, that proves that
space vacuum.
Huh?
They're not in the space vacuum.
Yeah, go on. Carry on.
Well, what is this space vacuum?
Listen,
can you expand on space vacuum then? What is that?
If I showed you something, if I showed you a photo, video, live feed of me in Hogwarts, is Harry Potter real?
What?
If I show you a live feed or video or photo of me in Hogwarts, Harry Potter's not real just because I showed you a photo of me there, right?
But we have satellites. What are
you couldn't get your entire frame into one photo, you tub of shit.
What are you talking about? We have satellite TV. We have satellite for our cell phones.
Yes. So
satellites actually exist. What are you talking about? There's a difference between that and Harry Potter, buddy.
Yeah, so when the government shows you... When the government
try to use that as a gotcha. Nice try.
So when the government shows you something that's in a space vacuum violating natural law, it's the same as them showing you a video of me in Hogwarts because they both don't exist. So we can deduce using science that the space
satellites
vacuum,
don't exist.
They don't exist in a space vacuum.
I don't think he knows what Harry Potter is. But look,
I do know what Harry Potter is. I know what J.K. Rowling. Shut up, buddy. I wasn't even talking to you. I'm talking to your friend who's saying that satellites don't exist. Trying to find a reason to say satellites don't exist when that makes absolutely zero sense.
Try not to swear, okay?
I didn't swear. What did I say?
No,
tell me the swear word I said.
No, you didn't swear.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. So anyway, Like I said, I know Harry Potter doesn't exist. Satellites exist. So there's a whole difference.
Right.
We're using something that doesn't exist compared to something that does. That has no comparison.
You realize that they admit
And that's very
satellites use
uneducated and
ionic.
very disingenuous for you to say and use.
They admit that like SpaceX admits they use satellites that have ionic propulsion, which requires an atmosphere or an atmos to push off.
Again, I've covered this before in the past and mentioned why he's so shit hot on swearing. Does anyone remember why? It's quite disturbing, to be fair. He doesn't want anyone swearing at all. Yeah, it's got to be Angel, isn't it? Stuff in his fucking face. He doesn't want anyone swearing at all on his channel because he wants children to listen. That's the reason. And he openly says it.
In a space vacuum, there's no air to push off, so it wouldn't work in a space vacuum. So any satellites that we do have, such as Starlink, you know that the fact that we can see Starlink proves that it's very, very localized? Because you can't see, let me ask you this. Can you see a school bus 350 miles away, line of sight?
Said a school bus? No.
Oh, how do you see Starlink then 350 miles away and it's smaller than a school bus? How's that work?
Same as we see like the other planets, moons and stuff, you know.
Well, you just agreed with me.
Telescopes. No, what are you talking about? We can't see. I just said you can't see it with your human eye. Yes, but with technology like telescopes and other stuff that you can see into.
Yeah, unbelievable. This is the same guy that was a little while ago arguing, saying that you can only see in a circle around you on a flat earth or a globe, like a key ring. It says put the key ring down, you can see all around you in a circle, and it looks like there's a horizon. If you go up further, you can see more. The only reason you can't is because of the atmosphere. So why is he equating a school bus on the ground in the distance over there to something up there with lights? He doesn't know why.
Space that we see moons and other planets and other things that are in space.
You can allegedly
that doesn't make sense, buddy.
You can allegedly see Starlink with your naked eye, and Starlink is 350 miles away, and it's smaller than a school bus.
So you're saying naked eye versus a telescope. You can see it with a telescope, correctly?
If Starlink is
can you see it with a telescope, correct?
Listen, buddy.
Can we see the moon with a telescope?
If Starlink is smaller than
can we see the moon with a telescope?
Oh, okay, he's just going to interrupt me constantly.
Because you're using that like we can't see a school bus.
I did see that, Big Fish. Lord Oakley. These people, considering they see themselves as alpha men, alpha males, they don't have like sticking their tongues up each other's asses, don't they? Lord Oakley. He was like blown away. Is it really you? Is it really you? Let me check to see if it's really you. Like a celebrity had come along. This bloke gets about 100 views on his fucking... Gets about 6 people in the chat on his lives and gets about 100 views per show. And the shows go on for fucking hours a day. Lord Oakley.
To be honest, I want evidence of rockets, and you're not really helping us, immature.
Okay, all right, so you want how rockets work in space. Okay, so if you're on a skateboard and someone tosses you a ball, which direction are you going to move?
Yeah, you're pushing off the ball's weight. So what does the weight of the rocket push off?
What do you mean you're pushing off the ball's weight? No, you're not.
The ball hasn't.
Oh my God, there's someone to have fun with in the chat, unless they're trolling. Water always finds its level. You're going to say we need to be in a container as well, or whatever the other shit they cut, all the typical baby fluff points are.
Sure. So
the
you're
ball
pushing off the ball.
Propels you. That's not how that works, buddy.
It is how it works.
If you're on a skateboard and you throw a ball, the ball is what propels you. And guess what propels the rocket?
You're pushing off you're pushing off the ball.
Same thing.
So it's similar to pushing off the wall. You know, it's not a debate unless I can actually rebuttal what you're saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not a debate anyway because the Earth's not flat. Just a warning here. About quarter of an hour left on the super chat goal. 4 away for 4 till whatever they are from going flurf hunting and extending the stream. Quarter of an hour. Otherwise, we've got 45 minutes left, and we'll just be doing things like this.
Okay. So yeah, the ball has inertia. It has weight, and you're pushing off the weight of that ball. If you did the same thing but with a bag of feathers, you wouldn't move anywhere because that bag of feathers doesn't have enough inertia to propel you back.
Oh, Jimmy.
So we have examples of propulsion in a vacuum chamber, and it stops working because according to Newton's third law, object A has to exert a force on object B for object B to exert an equal and opposite force back onto object A. If you remove the medium in which the rocket is in, it stops working. Are you aware of that?
You said the rocket would stop working? That does not make sense.
In a
That's
medium,
what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Then that means nothing in space would move. That's what I'm saying.
That's right. It doesn't move. Exactly. That's that issue. Exactly.
Like,
it doesn't.
So anything in space doesn't move is what you're saying.
So that's
again,
why
just like satellites don't exist, so things in space don't move.
So do you think a plane? Do you think a normal airplane?
You basically have to be to believe in what you believe. Yes.
Can a normal airplane? Let me ask you a simple
preposterous.
question. Can a normal airplane work in a vacuum?
So can a normal airplane work in a vacuum?
Yeah.
Being that is not jet propulsed? No.
Oh, why? Why doesn't it work?
Because it's pushing off of air.
Okay,
which
so
uses
yeah,
a turbine. Because wait, like you said, you have to be allowed to rebuttal, right? Right. Okay, then. So planes use air turbines. It has to be prepared off air. Rockets use jet propulsions, which use flames and push.
Wait, Sharon, my super chat goal is identical every stream I do, and it always has been. It's the one they suggest.
Is it forward?
YouTube takes too fucking much money to do anything less than that.
There's a whole difference between using wind. Sir, I'm still talking. Appreciate you. So using wind turbine, still talking. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I've got a restriction because you guys are shouting or being well, TikTok doesn't like it basically.
Wow,
I've got a restriction.
RFT45RG whatever. Do you wanna join the stream maybe and explain these devastating proofs to me?
Yeah, we have to cool it down, I think.
Yeah, look, I'd say we've got examples of it not working in a vacuum. Can you show us it working in a vacuum on Earth, please? Can you show that? Can you demonstrate it?
Again, you're still talking about a wind turbine versus a jet.
No, I'm talking about jet propulsion, whatever propulsion
versus a wind turbine. Again, you can't compare that. You love comparing things that shouldn't be compared to make your point, and it doesn't make your point.
Buddy. It's my turn. Ionic propulsion is claimed to be used by NASA and SpaceX. It stops working in a vacuum. Why?
You said what? Stops working in a vacuum?
Ionic propulsion doesn't work in a vacuum. NASA and SpaceX claims to use it in a vacuum. So can you
expand on ionic propulsion?
Yeah, it's a type of propulsion NASA uses and SpaceX uses. It doesn't work in a vacuum.
All right, so if that's the type of...
Sharon, that is... I love you, Sharon, but that is not true. I've always asked for the same. Since I started doing Super Chats, I've never had different. Only on the only time I've ever done different is when I've just jumped on to do a TikTok live straight when I'll just have a tip jar. That's the only time I've ever done different. I've got Orion Cooper here with a $5 here. Cheers, Orion. I shall pay cave to your demands. You have to do it, man. This is content creating. I don't want to take money from anybody, but ultimately, would I sit here when I've got a full-time job and I've got all these other shit going on? Am I going to sit here for 3 or 4 hours arguing with flat earthers for my own health? I've got shit tons of things I could be doing. I've got all this equipment to pay for. Appreciate all of your support. It isn't unnoticed and it is appreciated.
Propulsion that's used, that's the type of propulsion that's used for actual rockets? Or are you just saying that's the type of propulsion? Because
and it doesn't
just
work
because
in a
it's a type of propulsion doesn't mean it's a type that's used in space, right?
They claim that though. They claim to use it in space.
See, I took a screenshot there if you noticed that, which was funny there when that came out.
Claim. So can you pull evidence that is the one that's used in space?
Are you driving?
No.
You are driving?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Sharon, they've never counted towards the goal. I appreciate all of them. What I normally do is if I get smaller ones, I'll add them up. And if I get bigger ones, I'll add them up. So I think, didn't JD give me 20 earlier? So let's say if we get one more 5, that'll probably cover it, to be fair, because he gave me 20, didn't he? So that's what I'll normally do, to be fair, when I'm dangling carrots for super chats. But I've always done teal, always. All of them still get accepted, but they don't count on the goal. If you watch, when you send a £2 one, you watch the little thing at the top. It doesn't move.
You are.
No,
You can hear it.
Yeah, that's why he just gets such lies.
I just had to let him go. All right. Let's talk to. I'm not sure what this name is.
Oh, this guy was pretty good, but it does cut out in a minute and then continue. I think. I know people who debate you, but you be destroyed. I'm not a rude person and won't waste my time with Globers. Or what you mean is, so what that means is you don't know anybody that would destroy me because I've debated pretty much everybody that exists and never been destroyed. And also, you don't waste your time with Globers, yet here you are typing in a chat to a load of them for no reason whatsoever. Isn't that wasting your time? Like, that wastes more of your time typing shit out than saying it, surely. So what you could have saved your own time there and just said, I don't know anybody that would destroy you, and I'm a fucking coward. That's literally what you should have just typed there. Oh, here we go. 5 times. I've got a 5 times one here. And they've asked for the 5 times, so I'll do the 5 times. Where is the 5 times? There's the 5 times. £1.
5 times!
Thank you very much.
What name do we call you?
Gents, how are we doing?
Trent?
Yeah.
You're right, Trent. Do you think rockets work in space?
Yeah, they of course they do, but on a broader issue.
I've got to do it. I've got to put these. Sorry, Steve, I didn't put it up on the screen there. Here you go. £1, 5 times. Keep going. Thank you, mate. And CMS here for the €2. Testing if this moves the counter for science. It doesn't. But I appreciate it anyway. That is some. Yeah, same super chat policy. I've always done that because I wouldn't do that. But YouTube take a third, and Apple take it as well. Like Apple, if you do from an Apple device, they take some, and so does fucking YouTube. That's why you kind of have to do it. They're all coming in now. We're 1 away from this. We did it. We got the goal. We got the goal anyway. Plus more. So okay, we'll do it. We'll jump straight over then. Anybody, shall I finish this one first? Or I've got 1 minute left on this one. And should we just finish that and then go over? So, CMS here. Testing if this moves the counter for science. I've already done that one. And then CMS again. Oh, no, I haven't done that. It was a different one. And then Sharon does the I want 2 hours with the sulky kid face. After accusing me of being greedy, when I'm just trying to support myself. I'm homeless. Look, this isn't here. This is green screen. Finish it. Right.
Angel, who's actually lying to us about everything?
Not the topic of the debate, but...
Yeah, well, it is. The premise is that we live in a flat Earth and the globe is fake. So just tell us who's lying to us.
Why should I tell you? How do I know who's lying to you? I've never met them.
What's the premise of this whole argument that the world is flat?
The premise is that I've tested the Earth and I've confirmed that it's flat. That's all way too far. It's almost like I was trying to talk. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like I was trying to talk. Yeah, but then your chins all wobbled back up again and shut your mouth on their own. Like ricochet effect.
The premise is that I've confirmed the Earth is flat, just like many other flat earthers have confirmed using their own observations that the Earth is flat. Through science as well, we've confirmed that the Earth is flat and enclosed. We're not taught that in school. And we're also taught that it's spinning and moving, where that's been scientifically refuted as well. So, yeah.
So what's
scientifically refuted, but not by any scientists, by shite. Right, because he's obviously the smartest person in the world. So this next one is 20 minutes, so we're not going to do that, but I will save it for next time. Let's bring these down, and we will set the screen up. Max, if you would like to come join, do so. If Dan's in here and you'd like to come join, do so. Let's get over there. Let's watch me get destroyed by all of these fluffs. That this guy knows would definitely destroy me. So that one. TikTok live studio. So we've got an hour, just over an hour. I've got a hard out at an hour because I can't keep staying up all night and then getting 3 hours sleep. It's just ridiculous. So we've got an hour here on the TikTok. Let's get on the right screen, shall we? Please do me a favour if you haven't, 98 people, and if you haven't super chatted, you can't support the channel that way, please give me a thumbs up on the like button. Get that up. There's only on 37, 93 people in here. I'm not a flat earther. Where is it? Where's it gone? Is it gone? The fuck? Oh no, it should be coming up. Hello. Please. There it is. Preparing your studios. Every time you have to go through this. If you leave it up on the screen, it just fucks up. There I am. I've got Troy, hopefully coming in. He seems to always appear immediately. Let's get myself in the screen. Chat will go there. Let's check my display capture thing to make sure. Let's bring up a random thing. That'll do. Get the mute. Why is everything slow? This doesn't look good. Let's bring that up. No. Everything's running slow. Let's restart it. I can get rid of these two off the screen. There's too much going on at once. You've got to make sure it all goes smoothly. There's a load of fucking trees. Let's bring this over here, shall we? I don't know why everything's down here. New window. Bookmarks. See, for those asking, why didn't you sort this out for? I can't, because it fucks everything up. Oh, that's fixed it, I think. There you go. Right, so. Right, so that's it. That's what I need. Done. Right, let's go live. Keep my eye on the time. Got an hour live now. Let's do it. Getting my live, and someone else I've just seen is live at the same time as me. That's fairly reasonably big, so I might struggle, but we'll see. Max, feel free to jump over, or anyone else who wants to. It ain't flat. Yep, correct. Let's make sure that my audio microphone, yep. Hello, Ari. Or Ari, sorry. Slow-mo. Fake. Space, NASA, Hollywood, clowns, astronauts, Earth is flat. Sounds good to me. Can't fucking invite him up, can I? It's always those. It's always the caps lock people that you can't have up. If you see anyone over on YouTube, people, if you see anybody in the chat here, that's hello Max, that's looking like they might have a bit of fight in them, let me know and I'll check them out. Is that Bellend still in the chat over there on YouTube? My YouTube's knackered. Can you watch as guests? I jumped in here for a bit. All right, okay. Is that Megan? "100% flat. I do something to trick me." I love that. It's flat. It's flat. I love all the devastating evidence that people are so. It's flat is right up there with water always finds its level. Max, request up if you want. If you can talk, then if you can. The button's not there. What's going on? I don't know why. Like, I follow you, don't I? I think, yeah, we do. I follow you. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Why can't you? Where does it? Have you ever joined lives anywhere else on TikTok or just on here?
No, just here. But I remember from a couple of lives ago that I did have the button there. Right now, it doesn't show it to me.
Oh, I don't know. Has anyone else got the button, or is there something wrong with my live? Because I had to invite you up last time, didn't I?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen Solly today, John. No, I can't say I'm sad about that. Solly the whiner. The button is there.
Someone is on the YouTube chat, RF, is saying, explain the synthetic method then. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about, do you?
Yes, the synthetic method is what Rowbotham use. That if you haven't verified something for yourself, then it's false. But we don't operate on that principle because I didn't build my computer.
No. Exactly. He's asking you to explain it. I can guarantee you this guy that just asked that question has got absolutely no idea whether you're right or wrong anyway. Complete waste. I don't know why they just see something in a video, say it and hope that people don't know what it is. Bastardized pseudoscience, says Cygnus.
I mean, that's the point. Even the
Highland Jim's a flat
AI.
Let's get Highland Jim on there. He was so.
Even the AI definition of it is inquiry-based approach developed by Samuel Rowbotham that prioritizes direct sensory observation and physical evidence over theoretical science.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
How are we doing? He's got his lies. He's got his NASA lies logo.
Oh yeah. Hang on. I don't know.
What do you reckon? What's come? I've seen you in a couple of Flat Earth lives since you was last in mine. What's new?
Nothing. Still the same old flatty flat.
What got you into it? I am curious.
I don't know. Someone betted me years and years ago that he just said, "Oh, the world's flat." I said, "Get out of it, stupid." He goes, "No, it is. I can prove it." I goes, "Well, go on." And he goes, "Well, actually, you prove the globe, and I'll give you 500 quid." I went, "Yeah, all right, you're on."
Does that still stand?
Yeah, but I suddenly couldn't prove curvature. Do you know what I mean? And then I started looking into other shit, and then I thought, "Oh, this is mental, man. Why can't I prove it? Why isn't it curving like 3 miles away?" And I've got into it, and then
I know why.
Max, have a chat with this guy. I've got to pull something up quickly. I've just remembered something.
You got it.
It must be flat. I can't prove curvature.
So,
by the way, sorry, Max, just
biblical
2 seconds.
side.
Highland, where are you anyway? Can't place your accent.
Well, the name gives it away.
Are you in Scotland, Scottish Highlands?
I am bloody.
Oh, I love it. What, Inverness?
A bit north of that.
Nairn?
A bit south of that.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I love it up there. I'm up there loads. I'm up there tons.
Around there. Why?
That's a beautiful part of the world. I love it in the Highlands.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Where I live, we got like inlets and mountains and stuff, and we can see miles and miles out into the ocean, and we see oil rigs 20, 30 mile away, maybe. You know, they're really, really tiny.
Oil rigs from there? What of the Moray Firth you're talking about?
No, Cromarty Forth and all that.
All right, okay. Yeah, anyway, continue your chat. I've got to find something.
So, what I've heard so far is NASA lies and you couldn't prove the globe, therefore it's flat. My first problem with that is that even if no one had ever been able to prove the globe affirmatively, that still doesn't mean that the default position is flat. That is completely unwarranted.
Well, you know, biblically speaking, it is.
Don't care what the Bible says. The Bible is completely wrong in many aspects.
Well, I will agree there. It has faults.
Okay, so it's not the word of God, so we can't use it.
Changed it about, but there are things in it. I mean, every cosmology proved, you know, there was a flat world and a big domey thing over them, or something over the top of them. Every cosmology.
No, the only thing that proves is that the ancient that is the instinctive idea that people will arrive to. It says nothing on the truth of the claim. So
this is again. I've got this up for you. Say that you can't see the curvature and whatever. Someone sent me this because I always try to describe, and people don't know what I'm talking about when I say why is the horizon just a crisp line rather than a blurry line. So this is what it looks. So which one of these does it look more like? Does it look more like? Oh, it's just getting bigger and bigger. I can't match.
That's what I see. Yeah, the one on the left to me.
Yes, so that's the globe Earth horizon. The other one just blurs off into the distance, right? And it's got all of them.
Is it just a bit misty? Is there a dark? Is it misty? Is that what it is, or is it?
Yeah, because it's flat. There is no cut-off point, is there? It just goes off until you can't eyes can't resolve it.
You can't see anymore, yeah, because we can only see allegedly so far. But then someone said, "Well, I can see the sun." I guess, well, you smart ass.
Yeah, but this one, so the one on the left is what we see, though, isn't it?
It is what we normally see on a fairly good visible day, yeah.
Yeah, but
you know, every time I hear them speak about we don't see, we can't see forever, it always gives me the impression that they think that the sun, that the eyes throw out vision rays, and that's like if the light reaches your eye, then you can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got to remember there's smog and rain and crap on the level side of it, but as you look up, there's less moisture and less crap.
So if it's a globe on some days, if it's misty or whatever, you would possibly see something resembling what's on the right there. But most days we don't see that. Most days we see what's on the left there.
Well, yeah, again, it depends where you live, obviously. You know, up here we see, well, because of atmospheric conditions and misty, smoggy, shitty, cloudy, misty, rainy days.
I can't show you because it shows you how it works at the bottom. There's got an observer and how they see and why it does what it does, but it's a bit small for you to see, I think. But
yeah, I can just make out. Yeah.
So you don't accept that as curvature, no?
No, because I mean, you'd say is that the 3 mile bit, that line?
Well, it depends. Well, it depends on the observer height, right?
Well, yeah, all right. So you're in a boat. You're in a boat, and say you're 6 feet, 8 feet above the water, you know, or in a dinghy or something, or a rib. You know, you're going to only be about 2 foot, 3 foot. You know, so
yeah. I can't line this up. But the point is, I'm trying
to figure out why is that like. From like left to right, it's like quite level. But you're saying, for looking straight forward, it definitely curving from where that line is. But why isn't it curving the other way? You know what I mean?
What do you mean the
Why
other?
can't we see?
Because
Well, left
it
or right.
is, isn't it? But you can't.
Well, I don't see a curve. No,
No, because you're not going to detect it, are you? This goes. It's going to be
Why
curving
wouldn't you
because your eyes are not measuring tools, are they?
Well, but their eyes, they can see straight lines, they can see curvy lines, they can see this, that, and all sorts of stuff.
No, you can't.
Of course you can. You can see a curvy line.
No, you can't.
You can. You can see a curvy line if it's curved, and you can see a straight line if it's straight.
No, you can't.
Of course you can, you numpty.
That's why we have measuring tools. Our eyes are notoriously garbage at doing stuff like that.
Well, you're right. Well, put your glasses on then. I don't know.
I have them on. I have them on since I'm 5 years old. Haven't taken them off once.
Glued to your face.
Yeah.
So your eyes can see curvature, just like your hands can feel a ball that it's curved. So, but if that ball gets bigger, your hands you can't feel the curvature, just like your eyes can't see the curvature after a certain size.
Good
that
point.
You're setting your eyes upon. So if that's what you're saying, then yeah, your eyes have a very hard time detecting curvature on a certain surface. It's going to be the size, the expenditure of that surface.
This is the scale. So look, where's the curvature there though? That's almost like across Mount Everest to scale. Can your eyes resolve a curve there?
That's not to scale.
What do you mean it's not to scale? It's just I'll show you the whole video.
Zoomed in on something.
Yeah.
No, that is to scale.
Look at it come all the way in. It'll start again in a minute. So that's the globe, and it's zooming in, and then it's got like, what is that there?
The Mariana Trench
and Mount Everest next to it there, showing you the size of those and the 100 kilometers there. And you can't see any curvature there, can you?
Well, not on that, but that's not in real life, is it?
But it's to scale.
So you're saying I can't see any curvature?
On that you can't. Can you resolve any curvature on that?
No, of course I can't.
Well, then how would you see it from the beach then?
But they tell us it's 3 miles from the beach if you're 6 foot. Then it curves.
Yeah, curves away that way, but starts to curve. You still wouldn't. If you was looking at that from a different side, you wouldn't see that curvature either. You only see it because there has to be a point.
This is what I've discovered the calculation is. If you're 6 foot and I'm 3 miles out on a little dinghy and even on a lock or water, that guy on the beach bit who's 6 foot shouldn't be seen because it curves 6 fucking feet.
Right. Okay. So
that's how it works out. And then they go, well, no, it's 69 miles a degree or some nonsense.
1 degree per 69 miles. So
that's what they think. Right. Well, then if you're doing that, then no, you ain't going to see any curvature because it's too far.
But Megan in the chat makes a good point though. I need to just find why can't anyone answer this question? Why isn't there a flat model that matches observations? Like, why isn't there? Why doesn't Flat Earth have anything that works?
Well, because haven't we got that Gleason map that there's a projection or something in it. That was painted, wasn't it, and done as like accurate.
What the sky works on this. Australia works on this. There's a South Pole somewhere on this, is there?
Well, no, there's no South Pole. That's just silly.
Well, you don't think
there's no South Pole on a flat map, is there?
Yeah, but there is in reality, isn't there? Which means there is no flat. There isn't. There isn't. What is it called? Max Armisen Scott? Is it station?
Armisen Scott base. Yes.
Yeah. So the base is next to the South Pole. So even if you're going to deny that the South Pole's real, there's a base.
There's a Nimrod hut as well. You're going to go, oh, that's because of Nimrod. Nimrod really exists.
No, but that's a place you can go.
Exists.
Well,
I mean, if you have $50,000, you can hop on a web.
I don't believe the actual South Pole. There might be, whatever.
Yeah, you just need the same way, the same impediment that you have to buy a Ferrari right now is the same impediment that you have to go to the South Pole. You just have to fork up the money. If you have the money, you can schedule it right now.
Yeah, that is my argument. If there is this billionaire people.
If you're broke, therefore the Earth is flat.
and getting together and sorting this shit out once and for all, instead of going, oh, we could all do this, we could all do that. There are
Oh,
billionaires with
yeah,
lots of
been there,
money.
done that. Mikey Smith tried to
But
sue the
then you can
Canadian
just get in a
Space
jet
Agency.
plane
He
and go to
failed.
America or go
There's
anywhere,
actually
and you can
billionaires sending
see
rockets
no curve at
to
40,000
Yeah,
space.
that's true.
There's billionaires sending people to space, so they're forgetting about Antarctica. They're actually going to the source. They're going to space. So, what's the point of going to Antarctica if you can just go straight into space?
Yeah, if you
Take
want to believe that.
Katy Perry to space.
Jim, do you know where Union Glacier is?
A Union Glacier, or Julio Iglesias, is that what you mean?
No, it's a place in Antarctica, right?
No, I don't.
Julio Iglesias, oh
Julio
my.
Iglesias, when's the beginning, innit?
Do you know where that is? Because that's a real place that
look,
exists as
I'll
well.
be honest, I don't know everything about all this shit. I don't know the mathematics, and I don't know this. I just know what I observe and I can see, and what I've researched. I'm still looking into this stuff, man.
Oh, okay. So you've observed do you wear sunscreen?
No.
Obviously, sorry,
What
but
for?
that was my bad.
Why do I need sunscreen?
He won't need sunscreen in fucking Highlands of Scotland, that's for sure.
I don't need sunscreen in here. We get like one sunny day a month if we're lucky.
Okay, well, let's say you go to the beach
I wear trousers.
in, I don't know,
Does that help
Ibiza.
you?
You go to the beach in Ibiza. Do you get sunburn?
No.
Now you're straight up lying to my face.
I don't get sunburn. Why
So-
would I
so-
lie to you? I don't know you. I have no reason to lie.
So, Jim, you have a road here, right?
I don't get
And-
sunburn.
Jim, you see the road? How it collapses at the horizon?
Yeah.
So how wide do you think this two-lane highway is? This is, let's say this is 12 feet. Let's say it's 24 feet across, right? And it
Okay.
collapses. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's say that you get a little bit wider. Let's say that you get a little bit wider road. It's still going to want to collapse towards the horizon, right?
Okay.
It's going to want to, yeah, okay. But what happens is if you get
Are you doing that? Are you doing that over 3 miles or 10 miles or what?
it could be over 1,000 miles. It doesn't matter. So look now,
1,000 miles. Wow.
well, of course. So let's say that you get so wide that it doesn't collapse, but the line does stop at the horizon. You see, it still stops. It doesn't keep going. It doesn't do that. It doesn't keep going. The wider you get, so that's one of the very simple observations that you can see. That
But
even
you
though
don't
it doesn't,
see that in reality, do you?
yes, you
just
do.
see
You can.
the
No, you
road
can.
narrowing and the top
So-
coming to the bottom. Like
Right,
a
right.
big
So
long
you all,
hallway.
yeah, and so that's why you can see so many different like buoys that do that. If you have a line of buoys that are kind of showing like
Yeah, but
let's say
obviously
a
you'll
ship
see
channel.
buoys if they're wider apart.
Yeah,
to
but they
see.
don't collapse past the horizon. They go over the curvature. They disappear over the curvature, right?
All right,
do
get
that.
this. If I've got a drone,
So they would
big
collapse
drone, yeah,
over the curvature, like if you had infinite.
that's what you think what's happening. But if you had a drone right in front of you and then you shot it up 50, 100 foot in the air, let it hover and looked up and you can see it directly above you, and then walked away and kept
No, what I'm
walking and
asking
walking
is
away,
why does it happen? Why
would that drone come downwards?
Why does
But are you
that
still
happen?
keeping it at the same height? Would it come
Why-
down?
What I'm asking is why does that
Yes or
happen?
no?
Why does that happen?
So,
Why does that
that
phenomenon happen?
In that thought process, if you were to take a drone and put it that high and then walk away, you would have to go so far away that you wouldn't be able to see the drone.
I'm only
So
talking
that's
50 foot.
that's a
I'm
moot
only-
point.
Not that high. 50 foot is quite high.
You won't.
And it would
It's
come
gonna
down
stay at the same
even if
height,
you walked
but
about half a mile away. It would come down.
your field of view,
It would come down if you had trees.
drop
and
into your field of
the
view
trees would
because
meet
you
the
can't see it
drone.
when it's directly above you.
So that proves that if we're walking away, you're looking up and things do.
For the next time when you do drawings, you might want to try crayon. The clerks are more receptive to crayon.
So
I don't know what the hell
if you
you're
could,
talking about.
there's a bit of a super easy experiment to do, And what you do is you take a piece of paper and you draw an X on one half of the piece of paper. Hold it from the middle and then pinch it on both sides. So make sure it's long ways. And then just hold that level in the middle to your eye line. Can you see the X? I can bet you can't. And then no matter what way you turn, that X is not going to be visible. That's how it works. That is like a super simplified way of how that works.
Radio.
I was just thinking.
So I think we've established that
hang on, Max is 4 against 1 here, so I think I'm going to be fair to Highland Jim and let him make his point with the help of creepy music. Go on, Jim.
Well, I can't. I've not actually done it. I've not done it. I will do it. But I can understand where you're coming from.
Jim, what is your? Have you got any other points other than you can't see the curvature? Like, is there anything else that convinced you?
Yes, spectacular highways. You know, airplanes fly straight and level. You know, they don't act literally. How do you work out that a plane? If you're flying from say North Scotland and you want to go down to South Africa, how do you keep that plane level without bending around the curve of the Earth over the equator? Surely, in all that's normal in society and crazy, that would tilt down, wouldn't it? The nose would have to tilt down to follow the curve of the Earth, would it not?
No.
No, because everywhere down on any point of the sphere is the middle.
Yeah.
So the core of the Earth is down.
Meet the plane would come up. That's what keeps it level.
You can even take like one of these small airplanes on a string. It's like a little kid's toy, and you spin circles with it, and it flies outward away from you with its bottom facing you. You are the core of the Earth. Now, if you take that plane and you whip it around in a figure 8 in any direction you want, the bottom of that plane will continue to stay facing you, and the nose never dips down because it doesn't have to.
Yeah, but in reality, planes don't dip their nose down, do they?
No, they don't. And that's the same experiment. It's untethered, but it's still the same concept. When you take that string, which is gravity holding the plane to the planet.
Yeah. So Highland Jim, why is it like you? I understand the point that you guys all try to make about the planes, even though I think it's bollocks, right? But I understand the point. But why do you all say, why doesn't it dip its nose? Like, planes don't need to dip their nose to go lower, or to like, why wouldn't they just drop in altitude to? They fly 3 degrees up.
Well, yeah, they actually do just drop in altitude.
No, I think his problem is that he's not understanding how big the Earth is.
Yeah, but I've just shown him that, and he still didn't understand. He just said it was fake.
Planes lower themselves. They have to stay level.
Yeah,
he's thinking that the plane is compared to the Earth or the curvature. He's thinking that the plane is this big, or he might think that it's that big or whatever. But the plane is infinitely small. It's almost you can't even see it. It's like super flat right there. So to that plane right there, that area is flat. It cannot go fast enough. It would have to be going at the speed of light in order to account for curvature. It's so small that you guys think that the plane is this big, and so if it goes at a certain speed, it's going to fly off this way. It's just ridiculous that for you to think that the plane has to account for curvature because it is so incredibly small.
We can travel thousands of miles in only a few hours. Yeah.
Well.
That's
fine. That's fine. So
according to the calculation of the world, if it's 24,901,
right? So I'll show you. So this is not the scale, but 1,000 miles right here. That's 1,000 miles, and so you only travel maybe half of that in an hour. Does that look round to you? That does not. That part right there does not look round to you, does it?
Well, no,
I mean,
'cause
obviously, it's not to scale.
I'm always curious.
Okay, well, then right here. Okay, right here, it's pretty round right here.
No, they won't fly
Right there.
into space. Someone in the chat saying they'd fly into space. They wouldn't fly into space. Sorry,
it's impossible. It's just so small.
They're not.
So small compared
this
to the
plane
Earth
dip their nose thing. They're never gonna get it. They're never gonna get it.
That's just insanity.
So when we're talking about flying, Highland Jim, why doesn't it bother you the flight times from places? Like you guys constantly go on about we should be dipping for curvature, but why doesn't it bother you that flights that are completely consistent with the globe in time it takes to get there, etc., do not work on any flat Earth, and you don't care?
Why wouldn't they work on a flat Earth? Why wouldn't they?
Sydney to Santiago.
Time zones, aren't they?
There's nothing to do with time zones. So Sydney to Santiago is roughly the same as New York to Tokyo, right? But
I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't know.
Well, it is. You can just look it up. You can just book a flight. It's all the information is there, giving you everything you need. They both go all the time.
When I win the lottery this weekend.
No, but you don't have to. You don't have to go on the plane, but you can just go onto the website and it tells you how long everything takes, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it'll show you the flight map too of where it's going.
So on one of them, so Sydney to Santiago would be like there on your map, like there to there, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But that is somehow the same amount of time as sort of there to over there somewhere. I can't fucking see what I'm doing when I'm looking backwards. Yeah, so the lines are pretty much the same when you map them on a globe, but when you map them on this, it's about 3 times as long. But yet they're very similar times, about 13 or so hours, I think, both.
And I mean, technically, when flat earthers are showing the example of, oh, the plane is, on a curved Earth, it flies straight outward, in a straight line. If they were to do that, yes, that is exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
But it would require a large amount of fuel, and there's no reason for them to do that. But yes, it would do that. That is correct.
So what do you think about that then, Highland?
Oh,
it can't work. It can't work on a flat map. There's no reason. I would not be sitting here arguing if this had any credibility at all. I don't give a fuck about the government or space or the globe. I couldn't give a shit about any of this stuff. There's no reason why I'd sit here defending this stuff for no fucking reason. I just can't understand.
You believe it's possible, and it is in your mind's mind. You believe it must be.
In your mind's mind, where's that? In your mind's mind. What about that one?
Your mind's eye.
It's like all the other people that say, no, I don't believe it, and they're convinced themselves, no, it's not true. And the other people go, well, no, I don't believe that. I'm convinced it's this true. So someone's lying, obviously.
Yeah, flat earthers. Look, when it comes to the flights that we were just discussing, you can go on a website and see if the flight is available, make a note of when the flight will go, and then you can go to Flight Radar 24, and we have all the flights in the world. You can track the flight. That's what I did with the flight from Punta Arenas to...
globe, does it?
That's what I did with the flight from Punta Arenas to Union Glacier.
Oh, you are a pilot. So I got a pilot. I think you're a pilot, aren't you? In YouTube here, YouTube chat. So he's asked me a question to ask Highland Jim. Right. So for the $5, he says, ask if he knows why attitude indicators use a gyro erection system. Sounds a bit sexy. They are designed to correct for drift because the Earth is not flat. That is.
Is he talking about the Coriolis effect?
The Coriolis.
Coriolis effect.
What is it, Jim? Say Coriolis again.
Coriolis.
Coriolis. Even Caleb found that one funny, didn't you, Caleb? Yeah, he did.
I'm convinced.
Is that what he's talking about?
No, I think one of the things that flat earthers come from, they're not lying. They're just not fully
Is that like an
convinced.
iceberg?
And so you have Globers themselves that haven't done all the experiments. You have flat earthers themselves that will probably never do the experiments. So we're kind of in
all
this
the flat earthers
mess.
I know are poor.
I typically make the distinction between.
Why do you think that is, Jim?
Because they're all bloody poor and they don't. No one believes them.
It's weird, ain't it, though? Don't you think it's strange that the flat earthers are easily, by far, the brightest people in the world? They could be surveyors if they wanted to be. They could be PhD physicists if they wanted to be, because they know more than all of the PhD physicists and scientists and pilots and everything in the world. Yet each of them, if you get 10 flat earthers, you'll probably be able to count about 7 teeth in combined out of all of them.
I was going to say it's astonishing that anytime that a flat earther does an experiment, like there was that guy who went down to Antarctica to film the 24-hour sun. Now all of a sudden he's considered a pariah of the community, and he's been shunned, and he's wrong, and he's lying, and they paid him, and he's
Jaron.
It's just all this stuff, and it's like, hold on a minute. He was like the biggest one. He was the head honcho.
Yep.
He was one of the major dudes in your community. And as soon as he tried to experiment to prove him wrong,
as soon as he told the truth.
Holy crap, he's being burned at the stake.
You heard what?
I heard he had a breakdown. He confessed and said it wasn't true.
But Jaron, I speak to him most weeks. He definitely didn't have a breakdown. Yeah.
You're lying. I'm going with Jaron to Punta Arenas in December. You just flat out
I don't know, because I don't know.
What's he did to himself?
And there was the other one. What's his name?
Whitted and Jaron. The most aggravating is Whitted, because Whitted saw the 24-hour sun, said that he saw the 24-hour sun, and now is still saying that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
And he will sit with Dave Wise and DJ Curious and all the other liars that say
DJ Curious ain't even a DJ, Max. Did you know that?
He's not even a DJ. Yes. I'm sorry. That was I skipped my own rule. But yeah, he goes on with Dave Wise, who Dave Wise sat with Dean Odell, and Dean Odell said that it was Satan that became the sun and circled in the sky for 4 days.
Oh, look, we've got optical for this person. I need you to come up. Someone's just said that a 24-hour sun isn't exclusive to the globe. I'd love to hear this.
I left it. Yeah.
I'm not sure they're going to
But
come up.
I don't think it's not possible, because if the sun is going around Antarctica 24 hours, why can't, like, say, Argentina or South America, right, it's closer to it than, say, New Zealand, why wouldn't they see it for 20 hours or 22 hours?
They do.
And
we do.
Yeah, they do.
We do.
You don't.
Well, we've got a new guest.
We do.
Hold on a sec. We've got a new guest here that says that it's not exclusive. It's not exclusive to the globe. So how do you do it on a flat plane?
Well, I'll basically go off the model that Joseph Hanvey has created.
Which one?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's a physical model that was shown, right? I don't think it's
sun's
perfect.
going the wrong way in that
the problem with that model
I just
is
like
that
to
it
finish. Like, I
requires...
just got up here, right? I just want to finish.
Go for it. That's fine.
I was talking about the other guy. He was like, because as far as that physical model, right? I want to say it's perfect, and he would say the same thing. And I think you said himself, he still had to add from it as far as an observer's perspective. But as far as him moving the light around at a certain position, above the surface, I guess you get this refractive or some type of refractive or reflective effect where that light source is staying in one spot for the observer, but as he moves around with the camera, if that light follows the observer. So as far as that anti-arc or arcing of the sun for the observer, it stays in that position. So that's why I said I think it's a pretty good model. It's not like the best. But
nope, it's completely false. It's completely incorrect, and I'll tell you why. Number one, in Joe Hamby's model, quote unquote model, the camera is outside of the dome, the lights are outside of the dome, and that would also create a reflection on the sun, which, when the final experiment went to Antarctica, they tested for reflections on the sun. It's not reflected.
And I did say, okay, it's not, well, okay, I'll just say it could be some reflective or refractive effect, right? So even when we see like some type
No,
of
refraction wouldn't do it because it would just bend the light. And reflections have the particularity of flipping images, and the image was not flipped. They took an image of the sun every 10
arcing
minutes
of the sun
for
and how we see it
24
was
hours.
flipped, right? So we see it,
No, it wasn't.
in the
What about
opposite
this?
direction, right? So as far as
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I've just got a couple of super chats to do here. I've got to read these out because people are sending money, and it's polite to do this. So Sharon says, "Ask them why planes fly nose up." So I think we've covered that already, haven't we? And then we've got another one here.
Yeah.
Fly Simware says, "This is a pilot, I believe. Best evidence: shadows climb up cliff faces as the sun sets below the horizon. Impossible on a flat Earth. Case closed." What do we say to that?
Yep.
Oh well, that's
you said on shadows on cliffs. What was that?
That when the sun starts to dip below the horizon, you can get shadows climbing up mountains.
Poppy, are you a flat earther, Poppy?
Well, yeah, he does, because it's like when there's like shadows when they hit the ground, they go up on buildings and stuff. You know, it's just the way it works.
Okay.
It works on a flat Earth just as much as you would on a global.
Right, so it's even with the sky phenomenon, right? As far as even with a 24-hour sunlight, a lot of the stuff that we see in the sky is what we see in the sky. I think we can just explain it for either model, right? I would say as far as like to see if the Earth is actually curving, right?
One question before I go, because I've got
Just
to go and get.
real quick, I just want to finish this sentence. As far as like to try to find out if the Earth is actually curving or turning, I think we should touch the ground, not necessarily look at the sky.
Yeah, but
that's adorable. Whenever we bring up surveyors, you also argue with surveyors. They are the ones that measure the curve personally, and you still say nuh-uh.
I've measured the curve personally.
Well, why
drop that, guys? Sorry, mate. I haven't got any room, so I need to bring up this other flat earther.
I'll be going in a minute. But what's the highest continent in the
You're
world?
right, mate.
Hello.
You good?
Anybody?
Hello,
Well,
Poppy.
honestly, I don't believe in any of the flat Earth models. I am a flat earther, but I would.
Poppy, how old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18.
Yeah, I'm 18.
When was you born?
2008.
What month?
I literally turned 18 like 3 months ago.
Should I trust him, panel? I don't know.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, you would.
It's not like a salacious topic.
Give him a chance. They say 18.
Okay, go on. I'll give you a chance.
Yeah. I honestly don't really believe in any of the flat Earth models. I would class myself as a flat earther, but I don't believe exactly in a flat Earth. I believe in like massive penis-shaped Earth, like with Antarctica at the tip, and then like Europe on one of the balls.
Okay, that
was a kid. Okay, when you can't turn out, when you don't know what the sex is that male or female, you probably should drop them, shouldn't you? I didn't know who that was. So anyway,
before I go, what's the highest continent on the world?
Antarctica.
Right, is that true?
Supposedly, yeah.
But why is it the highest? It's because there's a land. Excuse me, middle of a sentence. There's a land mass, and then there's thousands of years of stacked ice.
Sorry, Jimmy. I just dropped you down there because you hadn't spoke for a while. I needed to bring someone else up. That's just randomly what I do. I just have rotating panels.
No worries.
No, totally fine. Now I was folding some clothes. I'm sorry, but back to the shadow as it climbs up mountains. So on a flat Earth, the sun never gets low enough for a shadow to climb up it. That's I think what that person in the chat was asking.
Yeah.
Is that
right? Hold on. So we got Bob the Science Guy's popped up here. What did you want to say, Bob?
Yeah, I've actually measured the curvature of Earth personally, so it is indeed curved and spherical. So if you don't want to do the sky, if you don't want to do shadows, you would just want to do the ground, well, I've done that.
Okay, so as far as this, I was going to say as far as the sky, right? Even yes, it works the same as far as the flat earth with shadows going up like the side of mountains or even the side of buildings, right? We see like in our downtown areas, we'll see, the half of the building be lit up. But yes, I agree. The sun doesn't necessarily go down; it just gets further away. So as far as the light hitting the bottom of these buildings, it is. I would say the light may be coming through, dense layers of atmosphere and instead of higher, elevation, and based on,
Yeah, it just
I would
appears
say,
to go
it's
down.
the position of the sun away from the object. It's just
So
how we see it. So
uh,
yeah. No
we have
exclusivity. So as far as the test, I would say as far as like laser tests of the ground, looking at things like tall objects out in the distance, I say that's what falsifies curvature.
So
actually, I've done that and it measures curves.
What do you mean? What have you done that measures curve?
I measured curvature over my lake in the backyard.
How big is your
and
lake?
I surveyed it, and there's 2 inches of curvature in half a mile.
Wow.
Which is exactly what is predicted at 8 inches per mile squared.
How many miles is your lake?
I just told you.
Say again. I didn't hear it.
Half a mile.
Half a mile.
Half a mile. Well, I've got a lock or a lake, as you would call it. It's 24
All right. Well,
miles
no,
long.
we're gonna go. We're going with mine. We're going with mine.
Go with mine. Mine's bigger.
You ain't measured yours though, Jim.
Mile bigger.
Yeah. But the issue is, with a half mile, refraction is very minimal. There's not much atmosphere to cause blurriness or anything. And the curvature is very easy to measure at half a mile. So that's why I chose half a mile. I don't like going. I saw 30 miles and I should have only seen 28 measurements.
All right, then
because
how
that's just too
come I
variable.
can see a lock 24 miles long and I can see one end of the other and I can't see any humpy bumpy water in the middle?
Well, then you're not looking.
What? That's
You're
not
not
what you
looking
would
and you're
say.
not measuring it.
Well, I just said it. Humpy bumpy. A big hump like a fucking speed hump.
It's not going to be a
There's no
hump, is it?
Okay.
It doesn't hump up and back down
You
again.
didn't measure it though.
Well, that's what people have said to me. They see a hump, a big bulge of water.
That
in the
was
middle of
Nessie you saw. That was Nessie.
Oh, was that what it was? Oh, fuck, I should have got my camera out.
Yeah, if you didn't see curvature, you didn't measure it.
Oh,
You didn't measure.
Well,
another question. Another question I have, more, less pressing than most, but we have verifiable evidence of the temperature of the surface of the sun. We can measure that with instruments we have.
We don't know what it is.
Infrared telescopes. We can get the measurement of the sun, and we can get the rough
Who
temperature
told you
within
that?
a
Who
few
told
hundred
you
degrees.
that? Who told you that?
Who told you there was a hump in the middle of a lake?
Johnny told me that.
Who
Don't
did?
you guys think?
Angels
don't
are
you
shy.
guys think that, like, the water seeks its level?
McDougal told me that.
Flat earthers wouldn't believe in a TV if you had to show them a TV.
But yeah, like the sun being on the flat Earth model, in any one of them, it having to be that close to the planet, would it not continually heat up the planet to the point of non-habitable place for life to exist?
But the sun does heat up the planet in places where, like, deserts.
It does, but on a flat Earth model, the sun would have unfettered access to the entire surface at any point of the dome.
No, that's false. Why would you claim that? That's a straw man.
Highland, you're being incredulous. You're being incredulous, and that's fine because, like I said earlier, if somebody told you that an instrument, if an instrument existed where you can see people from across the world,
Who the hell is that? Who's this bar of soap? Who the hell is bar of soap?
I don't know.
He's digging me in the ribs for ages. I don't know who he is.
I've got too many people up here to have anyone else.
Who's bar of soap? Is he in the shower?
They're requesting, but I can't. Does anybody want to drop down?
Yeah, you can drop me down. I've got to go and pick up my daughter.
I think Bar of Soap wanted to talk to you. All right, I'll drop you down.
I don't know what he wants.
I'll
I've
drop
never
down.
heard of him.
You can
What
drop
is
me
he?
down.
Who said that? Just drop yourself down. Whoever said that, I don't know who it was. I'll drop Highland down. I'll bring Bar of Soap up. Whoever the fuck that is.
Hey, Hey, just for whatever it's worth, you can always drop me down if you ever need more room, and I'll just add back in.
You just come back up, yeah. All right, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers. All right, who's bar of soap then?
Don't drop me down now.
I came up here to speak to Highland, but he seems to have run away.
Oh, why did you want to speak to him?
Well, I've been trying. Well, he comes into my lives constantly, and every time I call him out and request to speak to him, he will magically disappear. I then found him on somebody else's live, went up, said about 3 words to him, and then he ran away again.
That makes sense.
He's been doing the London Marathon for months.
I don't mind him. I think he's all right.
I just don't understand how they have a way to explain. Like, I've never heard it, like, a legitimate way to explain the way that a spherical light that throws and emits light and heat in all directions does not throw light to the side of itself or throw light far enough, even though it has, it can light up other planets so we can see them. So obviously it goes farther than the planet Earth. How does that not light up one side of the disk from the other side of the disk? How is there a defining line of darkness when we get nighttime? Like, is there like some kind of like sheet that gets pulled up by
They
some
don't
deity,
think about
or
things like that. I don't care.
Right, so
that rolls over?
right, so I would say that you're kind of conflating. So in the globe model, the sun would be 93 million miles away. So I think that's why you would assume like most of the flat Earth would be lit up at all times, which is false. No, the flat Earth.
No, that is just a basic function
I
of
would
how
just like
light works.
yo, brother. Why do you speak up when I'm talking? Like, you don't do that to anybody else, right?
No, because you're the only one saying wrong stuff.
Are you a flat earther?
No.
All right then. So what are you upset about, right? I'm explaining for the flat Earth.
Not upset at all.
So, but you're trying to correct me as if I'm saying something wrong. I'm talking about the flat Earth
Yeah, 'cause
cosmology.
you are.
I'm talking about the flat Earth cosmology, and you seem upset about that. Why?
No, not upset at all.
Okay, so
rewire your
how about you
emotion
just
rate or
relax?
your
So how about
pace.
you just relax? You're the one that's emotional coming off mic when I speak, though.
So I'm just going to jump someone else up here for a second. I'll drop you down there, Jimmy. You can come back.
Yeah. So as far as so as for the flat Earth, the sun is claimed to be.
And by the way, I have measured.
Don't leave me hanging. The sun is claimed to be where?
He's looking
I just noticed that it was my battery, 10%. Sorry, but yeah, the light is local to the Earth. It's smaller than the Earth, and light doesn't stretch forever, right? It's like local to its general area.
But that's the
So
problem.
so
All
that's
of
why
those
we had-
claims are
Brother,
wrong.
like,
They're factually
relax,
incorrect.
bro. It's like, damn,
I am very relaxed.
It's crazy how you
So
only speak
light
when I
has
speak.
to be
Like,
able
you're
to
not doing that
travel
to anybody
farther
else.
than the planet Earth.
Hey, yo.
Hang on, who's talking now?
Like the persecution.
Right, I'm going to have to start mass muting in a minute if we don't calm down. So I want to hear from the two new people. So Paris Davis or whatever first, and then Dr. Truth Finder. That sounds promising. Right, Paris Davis.
I just want to ask a question. How can you see the moon during the daytime?
Because it's there. What do you mean? I don't understand. Because
if it's supposed to be moon on one side, sun on the other side for night and day, how can you see the moon during the daytime?
Oh, because it's not on one side and on the other side. The moon orbits the Earth independent of the sun.
Right,
And then I want to ask too. Then how you don't never see the sun during the nighttime?
Oh my God, I knew it. I forgot to call it out. I knew he was going to say, why don't we see the sun at night?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Right, just slow down, right, what cost, yeah, I am a globe, I'm a fake flat earther, I come across as, like, I can play whichever side you want me to play. It depends on which, play you want me to play.
I don't want you to pretend to be a flat earther. I've heard all of their arguments a trillion times, but yeah. But you've got a good flat earth name.
Well, right, okay, so I want to know,
Hang on, if you're that, I'm just going to drop you down. So Paris, the reason you don't see the sun at night is because it's night. The night is the sun not being there anymore. That's what causes the night.
I understand that, but you still see the moon during the daytime.
Yeah, because the moon isn't like this magical thing that rises at night and sets at dawn. It's just.
But everything is in a rotation, ain't it?
Yeah. So
In
what it
an
is
orbit,
that the moon is reflective, and when the sun is out, it's reflecting off the moon, which would put roughly about 85%, roughly about 85% of the light that's coming
Yes,
from
you
the
want me to
sun
take
back
this?
to your eyes.
This is what it says.
You just made the list!
That's what it says.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then my next question will be is, why the stars in the sky don't change?
Oh boy.
I've answered this 6 trillion. Does anyone else want to take this one?
I mean, I'm just asking a question.
No, I get that. That's fine.
So with the stars in the sky, the stars in the sky don't. They will change position
that?
depending on the time
That's
of the
Bob,
year,
innit? I'll have to drop
where
him.
we are in orbit. And when you have daytime, you can't see the stars. And then when it turns to night, the stars are going to be in the same position as they were the night before, because night and day tend to happen at the same time. And then as the year goes on and the years process and we get farther into our orbit, then the stars will slowly shift. It's not very much, but it is still slightly shifting.
Yeah, where's Bar Soaker? What did he want to ask me anyway?
I don't know.
I don't even know him, honestly. I don't know him.
Bar of Soap, do you want to come back up? If you're
Just
there.
quick, because I've got to go out in a minute.
Bar
I've
of
got things
Soap
to do.
request, if you're still there. Let's get this feud cracking, shall we?
I think he's a bit slippery, you know what I mean?
WrestleMania.
I think he slipped
I
away.
don't know, man. I think that is a good question. If you think about it, right, as far as the heliocentric model is said to be, vast, ever
I'll
expanding
answer that
system.
question quick about the moon. Why do we see the moon during the day when there's like no clouds and it's like still sunny?
Are you seriously asking the same question that was just asked?
Yeah, I just want to confirm that if we see it during the day, we see blue sky behind the moon, don't we? So it must be in our atmosphere.
Oh, where is that? Well, I've got a picture on my. If you go to my TikTok, there's a picture of mountains in the distance, and they look like you can see through them because the atmosphere is in front of them.
I'm not talking about through them. You can see the moon, and it's like full, and it's lit up, yeah. But you can't see through it. But you can see round the outside, the other side, when you look left or right of it. Like you see a mountain, but you can't see through the mountain, but you can see.
It's faint in the sky, isn't it? So, like when you turn if you're in a
atmosphere,
bright
you
room during the
see.
day and you turn the light on, you won't even notice that you've turned the light on in the room because the room's already light. All right, so that's.
But Earth's atmosphere is before the moon. It's like supposedly in that model, right? The moon is 200 and something thousand miles away, and it's way beyond Earth's atmosphere or the blue sky that we see. Why do we see the moon in our blue sky?
Yeah, why?
Because you don't.
Why wouldn't you though? Like, why wouldn't you see the moon during the day?
You would, because it's local, like the sun.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You can't get it. Your brain's
the sun throws light on the planet, right? The planet reflects light off of itself, and it is also reflecting light off the moon, as well as the planet reflecting light off of the moon. So the planet Earth is shining.
Here's another question.
What happens is when you can't see the moon at all, is because the sun is the dominant light source in the sky. If the sun was dim as the moon, you would be able to see both at the same time.
You do
every day.
Here's another question for you.
Where I live, you can.
Here's another question. All right,
I got it.
Let me give you
the sky through the moon.
Let me give you a scenario.
Right.
If you can take a helicopter and a helicopter can hover in one.
Right, hold on a second.
Wait a minute. Listen,
I'm not
wait a
interrupting. I'm going to let you speak. I'm just trying to shut someone else's background noise up because I can't hear you properly.
Yes.
Right. Is that? Right, I'm going to mute you. I think it's you. Yeah, it was him. Right. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh,
if you can.
Oh my, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I guess because I got the big box. So as far as the moon, I think this was Highland was talking about as far as like seeing the sky, you know, through the moon, right? As far as the night sky and the
You're
day
not
sky.
seeing it through.
No,
Well,
not
then
through
why,
it, but on
like,
the
as
other,
far as we
around the
would
side
consider
of it.
craters, right? Why do they match the background sky?
Because you have blue all in front of it.
So you can see blue.
You're seeing
Which is the
through
sky.
what's in front of it, not behind it.
You
So
can
my
see
photo,
blue.
Whatcast, my photo is in the daytime taken through a telescope, not a camera.
Right, this is JT, right?
Yeah. It might glitch and that's taken during the daytime, zoomed in with a telescope.
Right.
But why can you see the blue behind?
You don't see blue
You
behind
don't
it. It's
see
all
the blue
black.
behind it.
Well, I fucking
You
saw
do
blue.
see the dark.
Now you colorblind, boy.
We could argue this, right? Like this, the
Where's the
so-called
blue?
It's
the
not
markings,
arguing.
Where's
the
the
markings
blue
of the
in my
moon,
photo?
right?
So why? Let me ask you this: why is the moon also blue?
Right. As far as the moon right here, right? That's captured. This is during the daytime. You said, JT?
Yep, that's the daytime.
Oh, that's pretty
That ain't
decent. But
daytime.
so as far as
Oh, that's not daytime? Here you
That's
go.
nighttime, boy. It's like day and night.
that's pretty decent though. That's on its way to a new moon or coming from a new moon.
You're crazy, man. Do you know what day it is?
Race is not an argument.
Here it is zoomed out. This is it zoomed out.
What's that
with the
white
telescope.
shit?
With the telescope. And then when I zoomed.
Come on, man.
This is what you get.
We lose you when you leave the app.
You can see it
Right,
now.
hang on. It's a nice clear night. I'm going outside to have a look. And if I can see something, I'll put my camera on. I've got to go in a minute.
I hope you've got to pay 1 million.
I've got to find my shoe. Wait a minute.
Fake pic. No, they're not fake.
But like the face of the moon, right? That we see as far as like we would see the craters.
Hang on, man.
You can.
Yeah, what do you
make the
think?
argument that-
So can I just ask? What do you? The guy there, I forgot your name. Sorry. Optical phenom. So what do you think the moon is? Why is this evidence of anything to you?
I just think it's a light source in the sky.
But you've just shown a picture yourself of shadows on the moon.
Right, I'll put my camera on. Can you hear me?
I didn't show no shadows.
Yes, you did. Bring it
Can
up
anyone
again.
hear
Bring
me?
it up again. What you just showed.
That was the moon in the half phase, right? Like the half moon phase.
Yeah, but I'm
I'll
talking
just
about
get
the
my camera
craters
on,
on the
I'll show you
moon.
this.
Jim, what
Yeah,
the
but
fuck are you talking about? Jim, what do you want? Right, Jim, when I ask you, he's finally got it. Right.
Right, hang on.
Right, here we go.
How'd you
This
turn
is
this
Jim.
around? Wait,
Jim's
wait.
like one of them granddads that takes a picture of himself for Facebook, like from down here while he's looking down at.
Shut the fuck up. I can't turn the camera around. Hang on. Can you see this?
That's a nice saloon you got hanging there.
Yeah.
Can you see it? Can you see that?
Kinda, could be anything. Zoom in.
I can't. How'd you zoom in? Shit.
You press zoom.
That's the.
Where the hell's
that's the
zoom?
moon.
Oh shit! I don't know how to use this.
Right, hang on. Right, Jim, Jim, I've got to put you on the list.
You just made the list!
Right, you're on the list. This person here,
There's Jupiter right there next to it.
Oh no! Bring your picture back up again. So there you go. So look at the craters there along the where the shadow is on the other one. Why is there shadows within those craters if that's a light source?
It's that loom. Look in the sky. Isn't it?
I mean, this could be absence of light, right? I'm not, questioning whether those are shadows, right? But I'm saying as far as the background or what it matches the sky, it appears to me.
But it can't be its own light source because if it was a light source, it couldn't have shadows on it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it must be getting lit from something else.
I don't know if they are those shadows or just darker parts of the moon.
They're shadows.
No, they're shadows.
Matt, I sent you on Discord the other day a picture of a close-up from a telescope.
A what did you send me?
It's
a picture of a close-up of the moon's crater.
What on Discord?
Yes.
Okay, let me try and find it. Hold on. Okay, so there are shadows, right? You can see that surely. Right, let me just find this. I ain't gonna be on it for much longer. Fuck me, where is that? Discord. Every time because I very rarely put Discord on. Every time I do, I've got about 75 updates to do before I look at it. Right. So, where is Highland gone as well? Everyone's dropping down. No one's got any attention span on TikTok. Have you noticed that? It's like if the conversation stops for half a second, everyone leaves the planet. Something else to do here. He's gone as well. They're all fucking off before I can show a moon picture. Who else we got in the guest box here? Let's try this person. Oh, where is this Discord gone? It's there. Right. So, this is...
Oh, you got some guy down there claiming to be a pilot saying the Earth is flat.
Yeah, he's not a pilot.
Oh.
So what's that? Did you send me something from Astronomy Live? No. I got it.
I think it was before.
I got it. Let me bring this up. I don't know who I'm bringing it up for now because everyone's gone. But there. So that is shadows on the moon. Undeniably shadows on the moon. So that can't be a light source. Hello, mate.
How you doing? Hey, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of. I'm a glober, so anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a little research. I've been seeing all this stuff. When you measure the southern hemisphere, how far planes have to go compared to a globe to a flat Earth?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2.5 times further. So how do they get out of that?
I asked earlier on somebody in this live today, and they just hand waved it away.
They said, in one of them, it said the flight was 10 hours, but on a flat Earth, you'd have to go from 550 miles an hour to 1,200 miles an hour to make the same thing. And they said there's no way you can argue that.
They either say the airlines are lying. Like Dave Weiss, I spoke to Flat Earth Dave a few years ago. I had him on for an hour on my podcast. So I spoke to him, and he said to me that the planes are all the planes in the south are all military planes, piloted by military pilots, and that they're painted with 7 layers of special paint that strips off during the flight.
The flight.
Because they have to go so fast to keep up the line. He literally said that.
So everybody in the southern
the whole conversation is on my YouTube. If people in the chat are going to tell me that they don't believe me.
I mean, I wouldn't even argue it. I mean, it's stupid. How can you say something like that?
Well,
everything.
I mean,
this is why flat earthers go into space and try and talk about relativity and stuff now, because all of the obvious observations that anybody can look at completely debunks the flat earth. So they don't want to talk about anything. They don't want to talk about looking at a horizon, looking at a sunset, or just doing basic things, looking at star rotations, anything that doesn't work for them. So they go, yeah, but Einstein said this, and I've not read the rest of that thing, so I'm just going to take that one quote because that might work for me, and I know that most people won't have ever read that, so I'll just use that, and then when they stumble, I'll say welcome to flat earth and kick them. That is literally what they do on TikTok all the time. It's completely stupid. And people
does their flat earth map, can you actually measure it?
No, they've got no scale.
No.
So if you can't measure something, but you say that it's some goofy idea that it can't be the case, how do you argue that?
The biggest flat earther on this app, and biggest in more ways than one, by the way. The fact that he's got 100 chins doesn't help, but he lives in Australia, if you can believe that. The fact is that his country, you can literally measure across his country, east to west and north to south, and it's it's not exactly the same, but it's much closer than what the measurements would be on his map, and he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care that the sun goes the wrong way in the sky. He doesn't care about how the sun sets west and to the south. He doesn't care about any of that, so it's kind of pointless.
And he doesn't care how his toilet flushes either.
No, well, I think that's a myth. I'm pretty sure that's a myth. I don't think he ever flushes his toilet. I think he's just got a piss bucket next to his phone in his bedroom because he never seems to leave TikTok unless he's fucking passed out. So I don't know.
Okay, well, I couldn't argue with
flat
people
earthers from the south are. The other day, Witted had a flat earther from Argentina, and it was so triggering because besides the broken English, he was just 2015 arguments, and they were talking about Artemis. It was insane. But yeah, flat earthers from the south, big shame on our collective humanity.
Who?
It's sad.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Shane then. I thought it was about Shane, that fucking whatever his name is, off of Globebusters.
Shame. Yeah. No.
That's right. That's right, Fuzzy. Yeah, they're mind-boggling. So you got Flatzoid in South Africa. You could just watch a sunset. You got Angels of Shite and all of the other Australian ones that are on this app could just watch a sunset and get their answer if they're really looking for the truth. But they're not.
You know, and the other thing I got on one and I said, listen, for 25 years I used to line up Dish Network, DirecTV, international stuff. I said, how many balloons do you have up there? Since you don't think it's a satellite.
Yeah.
They think it's something coming out of the ground. I mean, out of the ocean.
They think it's satelloons, don't they?
Yeah. I'd like to see how do they keep them in one spot? Because when I'm pointing a satellite before, if I'm off by a 16th of an inch, I'm off everything, and I got to go back out and point it.
Mm-hmm. They don't really have a response to that. All they say is satelloons, and that's it. They don't even acknowledge that you couldn't keep a geostationary satellite with a satelloon. It wouldn't work.
It's astounding to me what they believe.
Yeah, but this is saying globers are trash. Isn't it funny how anyone that thinks they're on a globe is trash? Don't care what they are, who they are, or what they do. They're all trash.
Hey, Angry American, I'm not going to interact with you in the chat. If you want to discuss it, get up here and talk it with your voice like a big man.
Angry American. Angry American, feel free to request. I've only
he's down there claiming to be
maybe
a
another
pilot.
10 minutes and I'm done. But I'm already going over the time I've promised myself.
He's too chicken shit.
This is a comment section coward. He's here! Here he is. Here we are. Let's go. Come on. Fight.
Give it to me, JT. Which one instrument uses in an aircraft to keep it level?
Well, define level in aviation terms.
Well, you sitting here saying it stays level with the water earlier.
No, I didn't say shit about water, so don't put words in my mouth.
What keeps it level? What instrument? You're a pilot. You should know.
Yeah. What is level in aviation terms? We
keep
need
it
to
from
set
going
some
out of space. You said it has to nose down, and
I didn't say it has
they
to nose
compensate
down.
for
Why
that.
are you putting words in my mouth?
You think a commercial airline is going to sit there and take it 500 mile an hour plus and nose down every 5 seconds?
Okay.
No, sir, they do not.
So what? Okay. So we use an altimeter. An altimeter.
You're not a fucking pilot. You're a lying.
Oh, I'm not a fucking pilot. Hold on. I'm not a fucking pilot.
Oh, everybody's sitting here in the thread saying you're a given pilot.
Yeah. Here you go, dude. I'm not a pilot, right? You're gonna roll with that. You're gonna roll with me not being a pilot. That's what you want to roll with.
Yeah.
Hey, there's my fucking uniform hanging in my closet.
I could go buy one of those.
Oh, you can?
Correct.
You're gonna buy all of this? You're gonna get
I
my
sure
paychecks?
What instrument do you use then?
Your altimeter is what you use for
No,
maintaining
altimeter
level.
only tells you how far you are from the ground when you set it at the goddamn
exactly.
aircraft.
Because
airport.
level.
That's
Because
it.
level. Hey,
what keeps it level from going out into space?
Because level in aviation terms means maintaining a constant altitude. That is what level means. That's why when ATC tells you climb and maintain level 350, in other words, 35,000 feet, they're telling you to maintain 35,000. No, you don't.
Until they tell you again, and they ain't talking to you 24/7.
Oh, they don't talk to you 24/7?
No,
really?
sir, they do not.
Oh, they don't? Have you ever flown long cross countries? Because I've never gone more than 30 minutes without talking to an ATC controller.
Every time you go across an ATC, if you have your flight plan already, you're already in altitude about you.
Oh, really? They don't worry about you? So I'm not constantly getting calls.
That might be your daddy's uniform, but I don't think it's yours.
Oh, I'm not constantly getting calls for, hey, there's traffic here. Hey, I need you to turn here for a delay vector, or I need you to slow down. I need you to speed up a little bit. Hey, I need to give you holding. Right?
I'm not flying over an airport waiting. I'm flying a constant. I'm talking straight, buddy.
Hey, by the way, the FAA doesn't
straight. You would be out in the motherfucking space.
By the way, the FAA doesn't issue IDs. They issue pilot certificates, like that one that says airline transport pilot.
I've got all of it, buddy.
Oh, you've got an ATP, really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, how many flight hours do you have?
I've got about 952.
900?
Right now.
900? You can't get an ATP without 1,500 flight hours, you lying asshat.
You're a lying son of a bitch. You get them at 750 in Texas. Thank you much.
No,
I'm a private
you don't.
pilot.
The only time you can get an
You're a dumb
ATP at
motherfucker.
750 hours is if
You're
you
sitting
were
here
a
lying
military.
to these motherfuckers, man. That's what you're doing.
Really? I'm lying.
There is no instrument on an aircraft.
No. Don't
maintains
deviate.
a
I took a
certain
guitar on
altitude.
an aircraft once.
Don't
I'm not
deviate.
asking what
Don't
goes
deviate,
up
because you're going to
and
call
keeps
me a
you-
liar. You said at 900 hours you
I
have an
asked you
ATP.
what
Are you a former military pilot?
No, I didn't go to the military.
Okay, so how do you have an ATP at 900 hours?
I've got it. Just don't worry about that, okay?
Oh, just
It's a
don't worry
special
about
giving.
that, right? Don't
I've
worry
been
about
flying
it.
since I was 16 years old, buddy. I'm 52 years old.
Here you
So
go.
kiss a
Let's
dick.
see.
Angry,
Let's see. Let's see. No,
angry
no.
American.
You're-
Angry American.
go.
Why are you
Yes, sir.
angry?
Here you
Oh,
go.
I'm not angry
He
at
is.
you
He
guys.
is.
Your name's Angry American.
I'm not
That's what I'm
angry at
asking.
liars.
Here you go.
Man.
Give me the
This
big.
whole America's a lie.
Let me get the big box, Rockcast, because I'm fixing to blow this fucking guy's lie out the water.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Here you go. FAA ATP standards must be at least 23 years old. What's the applicant must log 1,500 hours of total time in order to receive an ATP.
Yep.
Unless you get a restricted, which requires 1,250 hours. Unless you are a military pilot, which gets you to 750. Military pilots can get it at 750. And the only way you can get it at 1,250 is if you have an aviation degree from an approved program. But if
An
you don't,
AMTS school that I was a mechanic for
you're
fucking
required to
10
have
years of my
1,500.
life, buddy.
A mechanic doesn't get you flight time or
It does not get
accreditation.
you flight time, but it gives you a lot of special perks, buddy.
No, it doesn't. You are
Especially
a
when you're an
fucking
AI.
lying shyster.
You're a
Did it get you the
fucking
special perk of
shyster.
losing this debate?
No, it doesn't, because I'm also a designated pilot examiner authorized by the FAA to give check rides. So I know far more about the
You
regulations
wouldn't be on here
than you
arguing
do.
with somebody.
Far more
You'd be
about the
working.
regulations than you do.
So for Angry American, you said something that caught my interest. Do you think that if you from 35,000 feet, if you lift the wheel and you full throttle the plane, that plane could get to space? Do you think that?
No. An aircraft
Why?
will not go to space.
Why?
Why?
It would collapse.
It would collapse. What does that mean?
Why? What?
Collapse.
It's going to have a stroke.
It's
But
going to
why?
implode.
Yeah, but
Or hit the
there-
firmament. It's not. There's no space, guys.
Oh, okay.
Or hit the
So,
firmament.
but you're wrong.
Hey, if you're-
because what happens?
No,
before
I'm not.
You lost
anything-
me. It hit the firmament.
happened-
I've got to be honest.
What happens before anything else is that the plane will run out of air for the wings to create thrust, and the plane will just stall and fall down. So
It doesn't
good job.
have
It's
lips.
completely wrong. It doesn't have.
Oh shit, Sherlock Holmes. You still ain't
Yeah.
told me nothing.
Hey, are you a flight instructor?
No, I don't do that
You're
shit.
not?
No.
So why is the
Got an
only
overtime
photo
payment.
or anything? Yeah. Why is the only thing you have about being in aviation a picture of you in an airplane, but you're in the right seat, which is not the seat that the pilot of the airplane occupies?
My son's going into the Air Force. He's learning. He's getting his hours. Thank you.
And you let him fly in the left seat, right?
Yes.
And operate the airplane.
Yes. He's going to be a pilot when he gets into the Air Force. Thank you.
Yeah. And what FAR allows you to do that? To allow a non-pilot.
I can go get my 4-inch thick book and find that answer
what
for you.
What FAR allows you as a non-instructor pilot to allow a non-certificated pilot or a pilot who is not going through training.
Single engine aircraft.
Hey, guess what? The federal aviation regulations govern every aircraft in the fucking sky. Part
You're a damn
91
liar.
is explicit to every
Freight
aircraft
planes don't
operating
even
in
have to have a license.
Who
Experiment
doesn't?
does not have to have a license.
Oh, experimentals absolutely do.
No,
Unless they
goddamn
fall under unless they
motherfuckers,
fall
man.
under an ultralight.
Hey,
Only an ultralight
Podcast,
doesn't
you're a
have to
good
have
guy,
one.
man. I appreciate it. You do have an
Yeah.
interesting concept.
Oh,
but
run away,
this
you
guy's
fucking
a
liar!
fucking idiot.
Run away, liar!
Is he dropping? Right, I'm gonna bring. I'll disconnect him anyway. I'm gonna bring. Who's this new guy? Because I'm gonna go in a second. What did you want to say, Johnny?
That the Earth is flat.
It's kind of like just sounds like an anticlimax. Okay, why?
The horizon, is always a straight line,
So did you measure this?
and it's
yourself?
optical. We observe this.
Your eyes are measuring tools, are they?
Observation.
Observation.
Oh, so if observations are valid, I mean, Matt could pull up, it's an amateur rocket video that got to 292,000 feet, and you can clearly see the curve there.
Are you referring to a video?
Yeah.
Oh, videos don't count. Right.
Technically,
Oh my
videos
God.
and
This
videos,
is lo-fi,
videos and
guy.
pictures don't count.
Yeah, you're not going to get anywhere with lo-fi.
Wait. I'm sorry, because you did say observations. Are videos and pictures not observations?
Not for reality, no.
Oh my God!
So when you go out,
reality,
you're not getting anywhere with lo-fi.
So I just thought I'd give him a chance. There's that CGI.
this is not
Not what?
real. Yes, this is not real.
It's not real. No.
Not real as
that
in
is
reality.
100% real.
This is as real as a Pixar film.
Oh, so when you're
this
watching,
guy, this normal amateur rocket guy, Kip Dogridus, is somehow funded by them, is he? Like, 'cause he's the one that did this with a rectilinear lens.
Are we able to do this ourselves?
He did it himself, so yes.
Yeah.
Have you done this yourself?
Have
No,
you been?
but
Have
it's
you
not our
touched
requirement.
the dome?
No.
So the dome doesn't exist.
No, that's not true.
So that's your logic, not mine.
There.
Well, we can clearly see the the rainbow taking shape of the firmament.
The rainbows are round. You realise that rainbows are circles, right?
Yes.
So why is the dome a circle around the flat Earth then?
Yes.
Well,
So
it's a
why
circle
is it
around the
that-
bottom as well.
well, can I ask if dome creates the rainbow, why is it when you're up at high altitude, you look down and see the rainbow? It's not above you.
Well, the rainbow is always apparent. It's perspective.
Look how they've CGI'd the balloon popping on this. As well.
That's exactly right. Why are rainbows arched? Because of the firmament.
They're not arched. They're complete circles.
Yeah. Why don't you know this?
I do know this. I agree with you.
So
you don't. We're saying they're circles, and you're saying they're arches.
You just said they're arches. We said they're circles, and you said I agree with you. So which one is it? Are they an arch or are they a circle?
Rainbows have an arch. Yes.
No, rainbows are circles. They're not arches.
They are circles, correct.
Which one? Are they an arch or are they a circle?
It can be both, depending on
so
perspective.
if you walk through a doorway and it's got, if you've walked through a doorway and it's got an arch over the top of it, is that a circular doorway or has that got an arch?
That's an arch. That's an arch.
So which one is a rainbow?
The rainbow is a perfect circle. Depending on perspective, you view it with an arch or a full circle.
The shape changes depending on perspective.
Correct.
It's sometimes a square.
No. The rainbow is lower in the southern hemisphere and it's higher in the northern hemisphere.
No, there's a guy on here called Dantarctica that lives in Antarctica, and I literally asked him this question 3 days ago, and he said that it's completely not true at all. So, he's there, and he live streams from there all the time. You can
What
go
about
follow
this
him.
rainbow that I took from an airplane?
Well, before we proceed with the picture, you have a friend that lives in Antarctica?
He's on this
Plenty
app.
of people live in Antarctica.
Sorry, what'd you say? Sorry.
He's on this app. He's not my friend.
What
He's
about
on
this
TikTok.
rainbow? And it's a double rainbow, by the way. You can faintly see the other rainbow right there.
Taking the shape of the dome.
It's taking shape of its prism. Looks like it's in an airplane or a helicopter, even.
Wait, what prism is curved like that?
Yeah.
Well, prisms can be different shapes and sizes.
Depends on perspective.
Not depending on perspective, just the prism itself can be a circle, a square, a triangle.
Why is it you only see rainbows when there's rain in the air?
Because the rain
God,
sorry.
No, sorry. Someone just reported the live for some reason. I've got no idea why. I thought everyone was being polite.
I'm sorry to hear that. I receive flags all the time. They usually pass pretty quickly.
Yeah, I've just.
You've got Jay in here. He's probably reporting.
Who's Jay? I don't even know who he is. Jay, who are you?
Mocking J910. He's a globe flurfer that likes to melt down and report lives.
All of this talk of rainbows and
Jay.
yada yada, that's all very interesting. That's all very interesting. But we have measurements of the ground that show its curve. So it's over.
Oh, I think I've got more.
Oh, really? Do you want to go toe to toe with measurements? You will lose.
Measurements of what?
Yeah. Measurements of the ground.
Are you saying there's a drop rate over distance for curvature?
Maybe you could answer this question. This is a good one I always ask flat earthers. Where's the North Pole on your map here?
It would be on flat Earth. It would be the center of Earth.
Why is that rainbow part
South
of the
Pole?
rainbow
Sorry, South
only
Pole.
visible
My bad.
where it's raining? Why isn't it up here where there's no rain? Why is it only right here in the area where there's rain? If the dome is what's creating the rainbow, it should be way up here.
Well, because the sun rotates around Earth like a dial on a clock.
Oh,
so
that's not answering the question.
Like the South Pole. I'm curious because I've got to go in a second. So South Pole, whereabouts on there?
There is no South Pole.
There's a ceremonial South Pole with a station next to it, a base. Where is that? It's 90 degrees south on the globe.
Are you saying that the South Pole is directly connected to the North, or it's completely distance from the North Pole?
It's in Antarctica at 90 degrees south, right?
There is no Antarctica.
What the what?
What? So you don't even believe that this is Antarctica here?
That's the Antarctic Circle, yes, but there is no Antarctica.
So
as a continent.
there is a South Pole. People go there all the time, and there is a base there where people live. So where is that?
If that were true, sir, then the compass would be magnetically drawn to south.
No, it is true. Whether you believe that's a magnetic south or not, it is a place where they've put a pole in the ground that absolutely exists. That there is a station where people work and live there. At 90 degrees south. I just want you to tell me, because people go there all the time, I want you to tell me where that is on that. Even if you don't believe it's a magnet and all of that other stuff. Where is it's a geographical location. Where is it on your ice wall?
There is no South Pole, sir.
I'm not having this conversation. Right, okay, there absolutely is. I'm shutting the live down anyway. Thanks, everyone. You've been polite, even if you're talking utter bollocks. Right, I'll see you all later.
God bless you all.
Adios.
Bye. Tried warning you.
Oh my God, how do you even... I can't. I've already gone. I'm on overtime as it is. See what I do. See, you fucking give me shit for asking for super chats and I go over by 30 minutes, what I promised, and I'm going to be a zombie again tomorrow. I can't be doing with that. There is no South Pole. Fuck me. Oh, I just can't. I can't be asked. I can't be asked with any of that. Right. Cheers. Cheers for the overtime payment, Sharon. Much appreciated. Fucking unbelievable. I'm possibly going to be back on Friday for another one of these, and then we've got Sunday Night Raw on Sunday for the longer one. Probably maybe about 3.5 hours. Possibly. Don't know. It's the only night I can actually stay up. So yeah, thanks everybody. Cheers for all of your support. Can you make me mod? Over on, yes, I will do next time you're there, Meg. Give me a shout, and I will. But I don't really read the chat anyway, so I don't really look at the chat over there much. So I don't really care what people are typing. If they're saying nasty things, I'm a big boy. I can live with that. Oh, okay, yeah, got you. Okay, fine. I'll sort that out. I haven't got many. I've only got about 4 mods on there. Most of them are never there. Josh's one, but he wasn't there today. Right, cheers everybody. Thank you. Please give it a like on your way out the door. There's still 95 people here, 73 likes. Give it a like on the way out the door. Let's play a silly song on the way out. Cheers everyone. See you later.